If you ask 10 random Skyrim players what the worst quest in the game is, 14 of them will tell you it's No Stone Unturned, a collectathon that has you running all over the map of Skyrim to collect 24 unusual gems. The issue is that the game doesn't give you any hints as to where they are, meaning that roughly 100% of players will just look it up on the wiki, turning what's supposed to be an interesting scavenger hunt into an obnoxiously tedious fetch quest. So today, I want to travel back to 2011, when Skyrim just released and before the locations of all 24 gems were effectively public knowledge, by installing the Skyrim World Randomizer. This is a mod that randomizes where every load zone in the game goes to. So for example, if I walk through the door to Embershard Mine just outside of Riverwood, I could pop out in the Forgotten Vale from the Dawnguard DLC. And yes, I included the DLC in this, even though there isn't a single unusual gem in them, because I'm just a glutton for punishment, I suppose. Oh, and to make things ever so slightly worse, I'll be playing in the survival mode added with Anniversary Edition, which disables fast travel. Sure, I won't regret that in the slightest. So let's find out if I can complete the No Stone Unturned quest with randomized doors. Something important to establish early on here is that unusual gem is just the name they're given until you find out what they actually are, which is the stones of... Help me out here, Vex?
Barenziah.
Right. I made the mistake of mispronouncing that very easy to sound out name in a previous video and was naturally harpooned by the comment section, so I just wanted to establish that early on. But it looks like past Magoo has finished the creation of our orc hero, Barenziah, so it's time to begin the run. The Skyrim intro in Helgen plays out how it always does because randomizing the doors before completing it risks breaking the entire game in half. So while I'm running through that in the background, let's quickly talk about how I'm going to track everything, since there are roughly 900 different load zones for me to check. There are a lot of ways one could track all of this, from some sort of a giant Excel document to maybe a fancy flowchart, but I decided on what I believe to be clearly the best possible option, the Toddrim. This is a custom-made map of Skyrim plastered directly onto Todd Howard's face. And by custom-made map, I mean it's a JPEG that I stretched out to massive proportions in Photoshop. It may not look like much now, but I promise as things go on, it will get exceptionally complicated. I mean helpful. Helpful, very helpful. See that nose? You can climb that. You're darn right. Yeah, I'll remember what that is for sure. Fort Dunstad, for example, right? Bam. So now we know we go to Golden Glow, and we use a bucket. My house! It all makes perfect sense to my brain, and I never forget what any of it means. I never forget. I remember always. It's also worth noting for anyone who's under the assumption that this must in fact be 100% impossible, that there is a setting you can toggle that makes it exceptionally unlikely for two load zones with only one entrance and exit to be randomized to link together. Ultimately, all you need to know is all of these settings make things as random as they can be, while this setting makes this almost, I don't want to say definitely, this makes it much more likely that it will be possible. This is uncomfortably close to Todd's lips. Did you have a problem with Todd's luscious lips? But let's hop into gameplay, because as I mentioned, the first door I walked into was to Embershard Mine, which spit me out into the butt end of the DLC. What a freaking start, man! Is this Ariel's bow? Is that what this is? But this thing normally lifts, and then there's a load zone here, but none of that's happened yet. Oh, we actually can get out. Okay, these are all very broken, but still functional. So let's just do portal. Castle Dower Dungeon. I feel like that, we can work with that, right? I could continue in that direction. There is another way we can go, but I'm not going to just yet. So now we're gonna check Radiance. Give me something good. Ow. Riftwalled Manor. There's the load zone we came through. There's 3 other ones in here because I believe he has an escape hatch down to the Ratways, right? Let's just do a quick save before going through here. Let's see where this goes. Where the crap is this? This is the Fardums. That's what I wrote. That's totally what I wrote. That information will definitely be useful. I will not regret spending time on that. We're the Thalmor Embassy. Unfortunately, we're in the outside part of the Thalmor Embassy. Yeah, there is a door here too. So now this is worth mapping out! Something else important to note here is that there are a lot of load zones in the game behind locked doors that require a key to open. Obviously, if those were to actually require the appropriate key, it would break this in half. So there's a setting in the mod to change those to any level of locked door. And naturally, because I'm me, I picked master locks. Okay, so we're in the bulwark. Is there... Oh, wait. Cooking spit! Yes! We can cook food! Boom. Ain't no questions what we can do there, right? Just give me a stone. Could you imagine? Wait, hold up. Oh no, it's the upstairs, isn't it? There is a stone here. Yeah, those are load zones. Crap! Temple of Mirak Sanctum. Okay. We have so many load zones here. As I continue to try to search everything attached to Embershard Mine, the first door I opened in the game, let's talk about some of the theory and the strategy on how to make sure I don't accidentally miss a stone that I will then never find again. Effectively, every time I go into a new door, my objective is to turn that pathway into a dead end. So if I just walk in and I'm in a single room with no other way out, congrats, I'm done. But if I walk in and there's 5 other load zones, I now have to turn each of those into dead ends before I can go back and continue with wherever I was checking. There are 3 different things I consider effectively dead ends. The first is exactly what you'd guess. The inside of someone's house or a cave with no other exit. Any load zone that just doesn't have any other doors. The second is the open world of Skyrim itself. I have hundreds of ways to get to the open world of Skyrim, and sooner or later I'm going to have to check every single door, and there's no world in which I'm going to remember which ones I've popped out of anyway. So as soon as I see it, I just pretend I didn't and turn around and go back where I came from. The third and most ambiguous form of dead ends are what I call hub areas. This is anywhere in the game that has like 8+ load zones that I'm fairly confident I will still come back to multiple times, just like the open world of Skyrim. These are places like all of the major holds like Riften and Whiterun, or even places like Skuldafn or Blackreach that have a ton of different load zones within one area. I say all of this now because the first many hours of this run were defined by me trying to dead-end every branching pathway from Embershard Mine and the Ariel's Bow portals at the end of the Forgotten Vale. No, this is freaking Ysgramor. I'm just stuck. I can't do anything with this until we have Wuthrod, which, like, we better hope we don't have to go through here. So while the mod changes all key-locked load zones to master locks and also makes many of the inaccessible load zones accessible to the player, it doesn't change anything within interiors. So for now, anytime I'm seeing one of these, I'm just throwing a neon green question mark on it on the Toddrim and planning to come back later. Something else worth mentioning as a past version of me desperately attempts to plate clip through a wall is that out of the roughly 2,000 versions of Skyrim that exist currently, I'm playing on by far one of the most stable, which is actually a really bad thing. Spoiler alert, I don't successfully plate clip a single time in this entire run. However, I do eventually find an alternate solution, but we'll talk about that a bit later. We'll take it. We'll take it. I only have 2 lockpicks left, but it's something. Actually, if I can rule this out, if this is a dead end, I can reload and just not bother going through it. Doesn't matter. The outside
Before I let you into
of Riften. We can get here 8,000 different ways. So there's no reason to bother with that. I make a mistake here that I actually made many times at the beginning of this run because I didn't see it as a problem until much later. And that's that I reloaded the game after picking my way through a locked door. The issue is when I come to the other side of that door through the open world of Skyrim, I now have no local map data and therefore no evidence that I've ever checked it before, causing a lot of unnecessary backtracking. But it's what became known as a future Magoo problem. An FMP for short. FMP! Oh gosh, this is a gauntlet to get through, isn't it? I should be able to run past it all, but still, it's just, we got a long way to go. Very broken. Oh, this is supposed to lower, right? Because you're supposed to come down the thing from whatever. Okay, so this is a dead end. Soul Cairn. We got Soul Cairn. Wait, hold up, y'all. Can we get Summon Arvak? Have a perma horse? 1 down. Berserker Rage is nuts. We've saved Arvak. We won. We're done. 3 hours in, we did it. If only this was a save Arvak run. Getting Arvak early on was a very defining and important moment in this run because, oh my goodness, it is incredibly helpful to have a horse just whenever you need one. This place is freaking huge, but I do think it is linear. This is blocked off. This really is like a you gotta clip through it situation, huh? Let me check plate clipping here. This is so stupid. Okay, we have now crossed off all of these as being anything beneficial. The only thing is not being able to clip through. Do we operate under the assumption that I'm going to have to clip through stuff to get through this, or do we operate under the assumption that I'm not? It's honestly hysterical to me how naive I was at the start of this run. My methodology changes drastically over the next roughly 100 hours or so. Because, yeah, duh, I'm gonna have to clip through walls when using a mod that regularly dumps me into the end of a dungeon with a locked door between me and the start of that dungeon that can't be accessed any other way. Duh! So at this point in the run, you're gonna see the stupid, dumb, idiot past version of me create many FMPs. Many FMPs! Without ever thinking for a second that he should chart them on the map made specifically for this exact purpose. One last thing, y'all. We're going back to Mirax's temple. And that place at the end where I fell through the floor, I want to let myself keep falling. So we're gonna fall down and we're gonna see where it puts us back up. Maybe I'm gonna hold forwards. It did put me somewhere else. Now this soft locks me so I can't save. If at any point you clip out of bounds while in an interior load zone of Skyrim, once you hit the void, it will always clip you back in. What I didn't know at the time though, was that it will always clip you back into the same fixed location that's predetermined for every single load zone. Most of the time, this location is directly in front of the load door that lets you initially access the zone if you're playing the game normally, but that's not always the case. There's the door. Requires key. So we do need to kill these cultists. I'm level 2, by the way. Are the cultists and the Draugr friends? That doesn't make sense. Just give me a door. Just give me a freaking door. We're in Pine Watch. We're in Pine Watch. Please tell me. Behind the bookcase. Can we get to a stone? Because if so, then we have to find a way back through there because this is the only way to get here. Pine Watch Bandit Sanctuary. That's gonna be where it is, isn't it? Yep. Yep, we can't get to it. That's so frustrating. Okay, that... Why was it a damage over time? That's so stupid. It's a giant battering ram. How does it do bleed damage? Thank you. Give me the freaking key, dude. Give me the key. This is what I needed to hit. This is where I clipped out of bounds before. But not in an impressive way, in a stupid way. So I did all of that to find out that this other door actually did in fact take me to Pine Watch, which was somewhere I needed to go, except for the fact that it was the wrong part of Pine Watch. And I got stuck there. Maybe we go and try and finish exhausting our portals. So we want to check the portal, the Shrine of Resolution. But I have to pick a master lock to do that. Where am I? Dalmore Embassy Dungeon. Brinehammer. Fort Greymore. This is Ustengrav. Rava's Watch Escape Tunnel. The Hall of Attainment. Eriker's house. Dalmore Embassy. Again. Markarth! We're in Markarth! We found a hold! That gives us so many doors. I mean, just look at the number of doors that are just right freaking on top of us. This is the inner sanctum of what? Forgotten Vale. I thought so. Could we, if we did this, could we then go back and get the bow? You'd have to bring Serana to get the bow. Oh, well, good news. She just showed up. Where are you going, Serana? Where are you headed? She said, nah. This is actually where a stone is. What if it just linked to itself? It didn't. Whoa! Get wrecked, Skeever. You can drop down from the ceiling, right? Like here? Yeah. Oh, Apocrypha. Okay, so we obviously can't do anything about this. Let's just try a bunch of things, okay? At this point, you'll see I begin experimenting with the various glitches that I was already aware of, and also hunting for ones that I didn't know about that were going to make checking doors more reliable. Because just continuing to put things on the Todd or hope I find the other side of it was obviously not sustainable. So, let's go ahead and talk about the Weird Tech Trapezoid. There are 4 main glitches, or weird tech as I prefer to call them, that make this run accessible and potentially possible, that I have visually organized into a trapezoid, which as we all know is the superior 4-sided shape. The first bit of weird tech that Past Magoo is setting up right now is a speedrunning glitch called Horse Tilt. I've talked about it on the channel before, but to quickly summarize, you park a horse at a weird angle, and when you get off of it, it gives you an absurd amount of speed that if you quick load into third person, will carry over to a different save, allowing you to go flying across the map at insane speeds. But for right now, I was just trying to use it to force my way through a wall in Apocrypha, which obviously didn't work, but I was getting very desperate. But in a situation like this, it does not do much for me. Horse tilt makes up 1/2 of the movement tech side of the trapezoid, and we don't have to wait long before we talk about the other one, as I was beginning to get desperate for ways to reliably access doors. So let's talk about bucket flying, shall we? Oh, this one with the handle versus... Oh, one of them has a handle, the other one doesn't, even though they were taking the same inventory space. You're saying this, and I'm guessing it needs to be like right side up. This glitch was actually one that I had personally never used before, as it's locked to one specific type of bucket in the game that has a handle on top of it that has some of the weirdest physics of anything I've ever interacted with in a video game before. For some reason, this one bucket is always picked up from the bottom, meaning if you stand in the bucket itself, the game can't really figure out how to pick it up, and while the game's trying to bring it up to you, but you are on top of it, both you and the bucket will begin flying into the sky. It's quite slow and incredibly finicky and will very often lead to both you and the bucket violently crashing into the earth, but it does give a semi-reliable way to scale vertical heights that you could not do via any other means. So let's try and go do it in the freaking ratway thing. In this particular instance, I was trying to go up through a hole in the ceiling of the Golden Glow Estate sewers that has the load door that normally you use to exit very quickly. In my case, it was just an entrance that was much harder to access. Did that just link where it's supposed to go? This one didn't randomize. It actually is just going where it's, unless it randomized to the right part. Also, weirdly, I think this door did actually just organically randomize to itself. I found no other instances where doors actually just led where they were supposed to go, and I find it unlikely this one was just overlooked. So I'm pretty sure this was just some of the strangest luck I had in the entire run. Quickly, we bucket. Just learned how to do it, and now I'm going to try and do it in a hurry. What could go wrong? Aha! Okay, now what's up here? Requires key! Screw me, man. I did all that for friggin' nothing! Dead Crone Rock. Wait, we've been here before. We've been to Dead Crone Rock. Or haven't we? Or am I crazy? It very much runs together very quickly. The cool thing is that these local maps will stay uncovered like this. So when I re-enter these, I should be able to know that I've been there already and then like back up. We've hit Blackreach. Okay, we do need to map all this out because Blackreach is a big spot. Blackreach is a big one. Okay. Frick! Okay. To the Todd! So now we know we go to Golden Glow and we use a bucket to then go to just Golden Glow again, but this time it's Golden Glow Estate and not the sewers. All of this just so that I have a way to get back to Blackreach. And you know I'm going to come across some random location in the overworld and I'm just going to walk through a door and be in Blackreach. Like, there's enough load zones that that's all but guaranteed. But in the event that it isn't, this is the only reliable way I have right now. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Skoldoffin! Okay. This literally does not connect to anything else. Like, there's literally... This is just like an exterior zone that comes in here to one chest and then you leave. So this is straight up a dead end. That may seem like a completely pointless clip to have left in this video. I walk into a dead end area in Skoldoffin with a pile of rubble in front of me, and I turn around and walk out. But if you can believe it, that will become very significant and very frustrating much later. So just remember that one. Darn it! We're so close to getting one! But it's through here. What if this one just didn't randomize? It did. What? They're just torturing this guy out in broad daylight? That's wild. Markarth is such a terrible place filled with terrible people. Fun fact, I've been playing Skyrim for like over a decade. I've never talked to this hag raven before. Okay, we're almost completely done with Markarth. Kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. We didn't find a whole lot here. Guards come over and arrest me for breaking the laws of physics. I said... No. I said... Come on, game. Let me make my stupid joke. Let me make my dumb joke. Does it need to be, like, slightly cattywampus or something? I said the laws of physics! First try every time. Oh, new door. Oh, it's just a house with 2 little girls in it. Oh no, I feel like the world's biggest creep. I'm so sorry. Okay, so coming up here was a waste of time, but hey, that's good to know. Then I didn't have to come up here. A quick 8.5 hours in, I had finally completed fully checking and dead-ending, for the most part, the first of the major hub areas. But I hadn't really found another one, so I just headed over to Falkreath to start checking doors there until I found another major hold. We've now checked every door in Markarth, and none of them led to anything useful. Markarth is largely a waste of space. It does get us into Blackreach, which is a good chunk of doors, so like, I guess there's that. Let's do some quick math, shall we? I know now that there are roughly 1,800 doors in Skyrim if you include both DLCs. But whenever I go through a load zone, I only hit the button 1 time, even though that's technically connecting 2 different doors. So the way I'm counting them, there's about 900 give or take that I need to find. That means that on average, counting the doors the way that I am means I should be finding a stone every 37.5 doors. Looking at the current door counter is not inspiring a ton of confidence for my own level of luck in this run. Let's maybe try and do this some sort of a systematic way. Actually, no, let's not. Let's just go in this door. Is this a DLC location? Yeah. Wait, hold on. We needed Netch Jelly, right? Oh, this is not going to be good for me. Okay. It hits like a truck. Just in case. Yeah, it did like nothing. I just thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be funny! Don't get mad at me for that. It was kind of funny. It just walks up and flicks me in the head. Maybe I just use my freaking brain for a second. They're not ranged attackers. Why was I not doing this from the beginning? Hey! Now that I've acquired a whole 3 Netch Jelly, it's time we take another look at the Weird Tech Trapezoid. Specifically, we're going to the top of the trapezoid for another niche bit of tech in Netch Jelly clipping. To sum it up, you put a dagger in your offhand, go into third person, and do a power attack while walking forward. During that, the animation will put most of your body to the other side of a wall, during which time you will eat a Netch Jelly, causing paralysis to the player character, which will force you to stay on the other side of that wall. It also looks hilarious. If you're wondering how I'm eating the Netch Jelly during this, you can favorite it and just set it to a hotkey the same way you would any of your weapons or shouts or whatever. So I'm just popping that hotkey as soon as enough of my body is on the other side of the wall to force me to clip through it. Something important to note here is that this only works if there is empty space on the other side of whatever you're trying to clip through. If it's a solid wall, it will just force you back into the area you were trying to clip out of. So you can't just use this in a dungeon to clip out of bounds willy-nilly. It needs to be to a room on the other side of a wall. Fort Dawnguard. That's gonna be a lot of doors, isn't it? Maybe go ahead and clear out Fort Dawnguard of load zones, because I don't really want to have to remember to come back here. Let's start going through these, why not? Why not? Felglow Keep again. Ugh, I hate this place. The eagle-eyed viewer who's very familiar with this questline, or maybe just happens to be looking at it on the wiki right now, may have noticed that I just ran straight through Felglow Keep, which is in fact one of the locations for a stone. This actually becomes a recurring problem in this run, as it's kind of hard to remember them all at the same time. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some locations that have a stone in them that stick out firmly in my mind. Places like the Dragon's Reach Jarl's Quarters or the Falkreath Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary have stones that I almost always grab. But places like Ingvild, Hobbs Fall Cave, or in this case, Felglow Keep, can be easy to forget are significant in this run. For now though, I walked straight through a load zone that has a stone in it and out the other side. Let's see if I ever remember that. Kataraya, I need the other ship! Tovald's Crossing. Hey, that's as good as finding a stone. As we did have to, like, I'm finishing the quest. I had to find this. Remember, my objective is to complete the No Stones Unturned questline, not just find all 24 stones. So, at the end of it, I do have to go and get the crown of
Barenziah.
Thank you, Vex. Once you have all 24 stones, the crown itself spawns into Tovald's Crossing, so I will need to come back here. There are 6 other locations I have to find, and I'll talk more in detail about those when they come up a bit later, but effectively I just found 1 of 7 other objectives in addition to the 24 stones I had to find, which honestly at this point I'd take any kind of a win. And now we're out to Fort Sunguard. Okay, well we could have found it from here. This is definitely an easier way of finding it mostly. Actually, no, I would have not known to check that. But, like, oh, I can mark it from there, though. Rather than having to do that whole path, we'll just go back to it from Fort Sunguard drain pipe. That's what we'll do. There. That way I'll know. So we have one other door to check. And it's the, like, the way you sneak onto the boat. Porthole. Let's see where we go. War Maidens! It's just comforting to be somewhere in Whiterun. This is the first thing in Whiterun I found, but there is nothing to do there. Wait, there's not another... They don't have a back door, do they? I didn't even think to check. Oh, they do have a back door. We got out the back door. Oh, that was 2 doors checked. We got our first one! We got our first friggin'... Let's go! Let's go! We got a stone! And I almost went out without checking this door. I so got close to not checking this door. Only 9 hours per stone. 9 hours per stone. Y'all can do the math. Well, no one will be done. To the Todd! We get to finally do this. I was starting to think I was never going to get to do this. Goodbye, Jarl Balgruuf, forever. Oh! We beat the game! There are technically 2 load zones here, so let's go ahead and roll this out. Or wait, no, there's 4? Why is there 4? Frick! At this point, Falkreath leads to Fort Dawnguard, which leads to the Catarrhia, which leads to the Dragon's Reach Jarl's Quarters, which then leads to the Hall of Valor in Sovngarde. All of these areas have multiple load zones each, and are taking an incredibly long time to check off. But I can't afford to not check all of them, because then I likely will never find them again. There's 2 more freaking doors? Why? There's too many load zones in this game, everybody. There's just too many. Solitude Catacombs. There shouldn't be another way out of here, right? It's a catacombs. They don't need to leave. They're dead. Of course there is. We're getting doors quicker this way, though. It's a closed loop. It's a closed loop. What are the odds in that? Were this not an area that had 4 doors, if it was just an area with 2, those 2 load zones would be permanently inaccessible. I'm worried that a stone will be in something like that. Twilight Sepulchre, Inner Sanctum. If I went down there, would it do the skeleton key thing, even though I don't have the skeleton key? In theory, the game is assuming you can't come down here without the skeleton key, since there's a whole, like, cutscene thing that has to play. Yeah, look. Aha! I've returned the skeleton key. Y'all want to meet Nocturnal? Oh, so now I have to actually have the skeleton key. I see. Dim Hollow Crypt. I mean, Dim Hollow Crypt is where you get Serana, right? That'd actually be kind of cool. This area of Dim Hollow Crypt perfectly shows the biggest problem I have right now, which is the need to reliably clip through things. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, I was able to do it with the Netch Jelly I have, but since there were 3 gates to clip through, I used 100% of my Netch Jelly to get from one door to the other. Which means I obviously had to reload it afterwards, since I'll need that in the future. Which then leads back to the problem we had with the lockpicks earlier, and that if I come across this load zone later on, I won't know I've already checked it. This problem has gotten very out of hand and needs a solution very soon. Skull Village. Naturally. Cool, all for nothing. I mean, it's fine. I ruled it out. That's a new door. This also, however, led to the revelation of how absolutely busted the Catarrhia is. We don't need any of that on the map. None of that went anywhere important. And we're back on the Catarrhia. And so now to leave here, we go... This is how we got in here. And this should put us in Falkreath? No. This puts us in Labyrinthian. Back up. How did I get onto the freaking Catarrhia? Huh? We've checked 3 other doors on this ship already, though. That. What door is that? Is that how I got in here initially? And if so, what the crap? My game just crashed. While trying to figure out what the crap was going on with the Catarrhia, I came across Falbathars, which is where I had no choice but to hone my bucket flying skills, which thankfully ended up being a good thing considering how much they were needed in this run, but at the time was a lot. Oh my gosh. You gotta be willing to do what it takes. Oh, I hit the ceiling. Oh no. Crouch. Place bucket down. Release. Jump in bucket. Crouch in bucket. Fly with bucket. Grab bucket. Land. Beautiful. Why am I an idiot? Repeat steps 1 through bucket. Jump in bucket. Firmly grasp bucket. Micro adjust direction of bucket. Get shot and angry. What? What even? Oh, it's up there? No! Now we go over here and try it with some obstacles between me and Turd. Come on, come on. What? I'm upset. Hi there. Yes, that's my ear, you little butthole. This is Rosie, for anyone who's never met her before. Oh, she's just a bundle of sharp. Okay. This better be worth it. It was a door. It was a door and it wasn't on the map. Blackbriar Lodge. Haven't I already been here? That's not one of them, is it? Is it one of them? There's a Blackbriar something we need. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. This is one of them, but am I in the right? Is there multiple load zones? Probably, knowing my luck. Get out of here. I don't want to deal with you. I want a stone. Ha 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 ha! Yes! Pew! There it goes, baby. There it goes. Wallenrood. Okay, here it goes. Oh no, there it goes. Oh no, it actually just goes where it needs to. I'm guessing because this door was hard to... Does this one? We found Riften, but it's a one-way path to Riften. I guess what we could do is we could run through Riften and find something that links to somewhere we know where it is. There we go, Blind Cliff Cave. That's what I need. Oh. The top of Blind Cliff Cave. That's fine. That's so fine. To the tide! We have found a way to Riften, you beautiful map. Temple Amara, all the way to Blind Cliff Cave. We're backtracking now. There's nothing else to check there. We're backtracking. Kataraya. Yes, right. This one breaks a lot, but we are back to the Kataraya now, which is good. If I do this, it should just put me on the ship. It'll eventually put me on the ship. It'll eventually put me on it. We're on the ship. Now, how... Oh, right, because the way I got here was through Fort Dawnguard, but it's broken now. I can't go back that way because it was through this glitched porthole anchor chain. Do those go to 2 different places? Was this how we got through? This is Spellglow Keep. That's how we get back. It's just the chain and the hole are 2 different load zones. There isn't a way to do it on purpose. That's awesome. I can't believe I did not figure that out last stream. Look, this is how fast I'm moving. Look at how stupid frost magic is in this freaking game. I can't move. 1 novice ice mage is all it takes to kill any warrior build. Thank you, survival mode. Thank you, frost magic. Thank you, stupid Skyrim. I swear there's not a single mage in Skyrim that uses anything other than ice. There's like 2 that use lightning, and you only bump into them if you're a mage. Oh, it's obnoxious.
I know I heard something.
Am I freaking stupid? I think I'm freaking stupid. Yeah, there's Spellglow Keep, all right. I just straight up forgot. If I hadn't accidentally seen the darn thing, I would have not even put this spot on the map. I would have forgotten about it completely. I need to really commit these to memory. Oh, shoot. I'm so dumb. Hey, if we hadn't figured out the anchor chain thing, I wouldn't have come back here. And who knows how long it would have taken before I realized that I screwed that up so bad. When I finally made it back to Fort Dawnguard, I had to pause checking doors for a minute because I just needed to take a detour. Specifically, I needed to make a friend, and that friend's name is Gorbash. Water, 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 river. Darn it! We're trying to hit up this orc stronghold, and I could just waltz in, because for once, I'm an orc. We just got to beat this guy up for a minute. My patented technique of punch him in the face over and over. Gorbash! My main man! New besties. Gorbash here is going to help me demonstrate the final point on our weird tech trapezoid. We're talking item duplication. Now, don't get mad just yet. I'm not going to be duplicating stuff willy-nilly. I specifically decided to allow this for 1 item and 1 item only. And that's obviously Netch Jelly. Y'all, at this point, it was abundantly clear that I was going to need a reliable and consistent way to clip through any door that I came across that wasn't going to run out anytime soon. Also, for anyone who's new to it, the glitch is really easy to pull off. You drop whatever item it is that you want to duplicate on the ground, command a follower to pick them up, quick save, double quick load, and then they'll all just be on the ground where you dropped them again, while also being in your follower's inventory. You can then repeat that as many times as you want to. Gorbash in particular is wonderful to do this glitch with because he understands his task.
Then that is my task. Then that is my task. Then that is my task.
Y'all, this is his task.
Then that is my
And he's
task.
good at it.
Then that is my task.
Y'all, do you think he knows
That
what
is
to
my
do?
task.
I think he's starting to grasp
That is my task.
what his task is. I've now covered all 4 major glitches I'm going to be using throughout the run, and I will be using each one of them quite a lot. So our weird tech trapezoid is now fully complete. And if you'll notice, it makes a pedestal of sorts, atop of which sets the singular, most game-breaking part of this entire run. Is me. For the time being, I did go ahead and duplicate as much netch jelly as I could carry, albeit that is a bit limited due to being in survival mode, so I will almost definitely need to do this again in the future. Which makes you think that a smart person would tell Gorbash to wait here at the orc stronghold I can reliably get to, so that I can come back and do this again if needed. I, however, thought it'd be funny if I left him following me to see how often he just sort of appeared, since he could not accurately follow us through any of these load zones. I'm sure he'll find his way over here eventually, by the way. I'm sure that's not a big deal. We're done with Fort Dawnguard, which means I can go back to how I came to Fort Dawnguard, which is in Falkreath, and we can keep checking doors in Falkreath. Having finally finished checking Fort Dawnguard, someone in my chat mentioned that in addition to Felglow Keep, I had also not paid any attention to traveling straight through Dead Crone Rock, the location of another stone. However, this time, I hadn't missed a stone, but I did realize that there was no reason I hadn't went and gotten it yet. I think we went to Dead Crone Rock, but not the right part of it. I have it charted, like I could go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure we were in the wrong load zone. Wait, is it outside? The way that Dead Crone Rock works as a dungeon is that the interior is just a pass-through that comes back out to Skyrim, where you then fight the Hag Ravens that serve as a boss at the end of the dungeon. Normally, you're not supposed to be able to get there without going through the dungeon because it's so high up you can't reach it and there's no path to get there. But as we've established, altitude is merely a suggestion if you have a bucket. Check it out, everybody! Dead Crone Rock Gym! It's the one that's outside! That one technically was a gimme and I could have gotten it straight out of Helgen, but whatever! It's fine! We got it now! Are we actually almost done with Falkreath just like that? I kind of thought that was going to take a lot longer. Nice. Okay, that's Falkreath, everybody. After finishing with all of my Falkreath checks, I was headed off to Riften, which again, I had already found the location of. Although when trying to get to Riften, I did go through the wrong door and ended up in Solitude somehow. I don't know which door of Blindcliff Cave, but one of these leads to Riften. It is not this one. Oh, it was right here. I'm such a doofus. This should be Riften? This is Solitude? Huh? This did unintentionally allow me to reverse engineer a way to Solitude as well, so I would know that for the future. But again, for now, we're taking care of Riften. I will say, I like Brynjolf as a character. I hate his introduction as a character. He just comes off as such a pretentious butthole in this. Riften has a lot of load zone. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? Obviously, we have a lot of doors to go, so I'm gonna start skipping over pretty much anything that doesn't go somewhere fairly significant. Bucket tech came very much in handy in Riften since a lot of the buildings here have upstairs balcony doors, all of which have to be checked from the outside of Riften, so I was very glad to be able to knock those off the list. But then also, while roaming around the city, I found something that was a pretty funny link. We got the cistern. I don't even know if I need the cistern or not, but we have it. This is not where we need to be right now, but the Ragged Flagon cistern's just in Riften. That's really funny. I don't even know how we represent this in the Todd. I guess I just put a picture of it in there. By the way, Riften as a whole and both load zones of the Ragged Flagon are 3 of the 6 other load zones that I have to find in order to complete this quest that aren't directly attached to a stone. The other 3 needed are the Bee and Barb, the Pond Prawn, and Helga's Bunkhouse, because you don't technically join the Thieves Guild until after you've gotten the 100 gold they all owe Brynjolf. While checking other doors in Riften, I eventually came across Honeyside, which led to Whiterun, which was pretty great, although it was a pretty long through line to have to chart on the Todd. But something a bit weird happened on my way back through. I'm gonna sleep and they're all gonna go away. Oh gosh, they're still here! Once finding Whiterun, I did want to find an easier way in and out, so I checked a couple of doors at random without actually counting them to the door counter, and along the way I just happened to bump into Windhelm. Well, the good news is we can get to all of the holds from Riften, apparently. Oh! On Prawn, that's important. We need to actually just come explore Whiterun. That's an important load zone I have to figure out. I now know that both Windhelm and the Pond Prawn can be found from Whiterun. What the butt? We're in freaking Sovngarde. Actually, we need to check these other doors because there's not any reliable way to get here. In addition to every major hold in the game, Riften was also the home for Nord Heaven. So this place has just kind of got a lot of stuff going on. There's a bunch of doors in Understone Keep. I feel very confident we will come across this again. Confident enough to just not care. Your actual teleport into Sovngarde, can you go out that way? That is a big door. Fort Sungard Oubliette. All of that was to get us to what? What was it for? What was it all for? Freaking random dwarven ruin in the middle of nowhere. What is going on here? Oh. This is a no-go. We're just gonna have to hope. With a lot of these, we just have to hope that it's not breaking something we need. Oh, cool. The new door is a book. Are we in Blackreach again? I hate this place. What? Skybound Watch Pass. Y'all know Skybound Watch Pass. I have no idea what this place is. Blackreach again. The good news is if I keep finding doors to, like, they stay like this. So if I keep finding doors to Blackreach at this rate, maybe I just will get here and not have to actually check anything. Excuse me, dude. I don't really care about what you're doing down here, nor do I want any part of it. What? What? I did the thing! I did the thing where I forgot! I did the thing where I forgot! At least I keep bumping into him on accident. Frick! To the Todd! Literally, earlier the stream was like, hey, if y'all see any of these, mention it, because I know I'm gonna forget, and I freaking did! Listen, I know I just made that same dumb mistake a second ago, and then said I was gonna try really hard not to do that again, and then immediately did. But in my defense, if I were to ask every single person watching this video to name 5 locations that they were pretty sure contained an unusual gem, I would bet that not a single one of them would mention Ranvig's Fast? Ronvig? I don't even know how to pronounce this place. It's so irrelevant in my mind. So, my bad. At least I noticed it. So good at this game. I'm so good at this challenge. Ingvild, I remembered one. Please, I can get to another load zone though. There's no shot this is the right load, but I want it to be so bad. I want it to be so bad. No, I actually remembered the right location and it's wrong. No, Ingvild Throne Room. No, I'm so sad. Darn it. Reeking Cave. We're in Reeking Cave. Yes! That's great because I've already found every load zone in the Thalmor Embassy. I earned this one, darn it. I earned it. On a different version of the game, I would have already found this crap. Finding the Reeking Cave Stone felt particularly good since, in case you don't remember, this is the area that's on the way out of the Thalmor Embassy when you escape during the main quest line. This stone used to be within the Thalmor Embassy, but players could find themselves permanently locked out of the embassy and therefore permanently lose access to the stone itself, so in an update after the game released, they moved it to Reeking Cave. I, at this point, had already found every single interior load zone within the embassy itself, so it kind of felt like this one was owed to me, to be completely honest with you. We've done all of these doors. With the Jarl's Chambers. No, we straight up didn't do that one. I'm lying to you. I'm a dirty, rotten liar. Where is that door? What? It's up there, I guess, right? Or no? What? Look at me go. I'm getting to where I can, like, aim this sucker. Oh, there. I see it. It's so small. Do you have to... What? How are you supposed to get there? What the actual crap is... Why did I not know this existed? How the crap are you ever supposed to see this? And more importantly, how the crap am I ever supposed to get to it? Can I clip through this wall? No, that was an aggressive rejection. There's no overhanging balcony here at all. Oh wait, hold up. I might only get one shot at this. Get me in there, come on, I earned it. Y'all. I mean, come on, you gotta give me credit for that one. That was good! Septimus Cygnus' outpost. It was a waste of time. Reloading. This is one of the places I needed. Hold up. This is where the Ghost Blade is, but I don't think I'm in the right load zone. I'm not getting excited yet. Okay, well, we gotta check this place thoroughly. There could be a stone here somewhere. This would be a good one to mark off because I do not remember it ever.
I will raise an army to avenge his defilement.
Listen, lady, I don't know what your deal is, what your beef is. I'm sorry about your husband, but I don't know you. I'm just here to get a rock, okay? And I have a feeling you don't want or need it. What luck is this? This is awesome to the Todd. We found 3 today. That's nuts. We're doing it, Todd. I hope this hot streak never ends. Riften continues to provide. So I was not able to find a way through here before, but try again, am I right? Somehow I totally forgot that literally the first door I checked in Riften was the back door entrance to the Thieves Guild because I was worried I'd forget about it. And I did it a second time, but from a different access point, which is kind of hilarious to me. That'll work. See what we got, everybody. Pure water run. Was that how I got here? This also highlights another specific bit of the Netch Jelly weird tech, and that's that most doors in the game don't have anything solid behind them, even if they're a load zone. So anytime I'm in a dungeon and I need to clip out of bounds, while walls will reject a Netch Jelly clip and shoot me back out, most doors I can get to the other side of. Skulldolphin North Tower. Okay, there's only 2 other load zones. Let's try and just speed run through this one real quick. Let's check the other one that's up. There should be another one up here, right? How do you even get to that other one? It's through this, like, wall. This is blocked off completely. I'm betting you're supposed to go out that door, walk across the balcony, and come back in for, like, a treasure chest, right? I mean, there's no shot I get through any part of this. Nope. There's something on the other side of this rubble, is my theory. And I'm almost positive that there is. But that there's like no other way to get to it other than an exterior load zone. But the game would not flag that as a dead end since it's in a load zone that contains 3 other load zones, if that makes sense. Which means if I can't clip over to it, it could lead somewhere important and there'd be no way to ever get through to it. All right, y'all, I'm going to console just to test my theory. I'm not going to console to check the door, but I just need to prove that I'm not crazy about the way, like, and that this is the only way to go about this. Other side of the rubble. Boom. Door into a chest. And I have found this door before, haven't I? I said I wasn't going to use it to check the door, and I'm not, but I'm almost positive that... I mean, then again, let's be real. Everything in Skyrim looks the same. There's got to be somewhere here that I can make this work. Man, if I could get to the other side of this, and, like, actually stand over there, but I don't think there's... I think it's all one solid collision, even though it doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, no, I am on the other side of it. Really? I feel like this is earned. Oh. Hold up, we might have found something. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. We made it. We checked it. We're checking the door. Now, where is this and why I've already been here? Fort Frostmouth. Yep, I've already been here. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. 2 things about that. For one, I told you that random dead end in Skulldolphin was going to become relevant again. And for 2, it helps demonstrate a point here, and that's regarding the console command and toggling collision, because I did have specific rules around when it was and was not allowed to be used that I set pretty early on in the run. Mostly, it was just used to see if a door actually existed or not. There were a handful of instances in which the local map either showed a door that didn't exist or didn't show a door that did. So I didn't feel I could trust it 100% when it said there was a door there, and I didn't really want to waste 45 minutes to an hour trying to clip through a wall just to find out that that door wasn't even real. In instances like that, I allowed myself to use console commands just to verify whether or not a door really existed. To put into perspective how rare this was, across the entire run with 900 different load zones, the console was used less than 10 times, and never during any of those was it used to make forward progress, only ever to gather very small amounts of information when I felt there was no other way to do so. Ragnvald Temple. Okay, when have I been here? Why did I stop going this way? Oh, I said there was 2 other doors in Rowdy Ball. Am I in Rowdy Ball? Ragnvald. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Rowdy Ball. I think we call that a sign and ignore the rest of it. We already know we have to come back here and we can get here quicker from Windhelm. Maybe. Markarth, not Windhelm. Yeah, listen, if I keep ignoring it and forgetting, then every time I come back here, I'll remember and have not had to deal with it. Future MAGOO's problem. Exactly. FMP! Exactly. Man, I wish I could make some of my problems Future MAGOO's problem. No, that guy's got enough on his plate. Don't you be adding to it. Only I'm allowed to do that. Please take me to a dead freaking end. Just take me to a dead freaking end. Come on! It's the wrong part of Jorvasker. I've been here before though, right? To the Todd. Who freaking knows? Who freaking knows if I've already been here? I guess not, because it's not on my map. Screw it. Let's just look through one. Let's just see. Just put me in a freaking hold or something. Volkihar Ruins. No, thank you. We're not even checking the other door. It's fine. Jorvasker, nightmare. Have to deal with it later. Okie doke. Freaking Blackreach. Never in my life have I been so excited to see Blackreach. We're going back. We'll deal with it later. FMP, am I right? FMP! We will end up back here. I'm not dealing with it right now. No, thank you. I'm gonna use FMP with my friends and act like it's a common phrase. Oh, please do. Please do. Let's make all of the world's problems my future problems. Hey, look, we're in Windhelm. This is Maurice Aravel's house, which, as everyone knows, makes a very fun little acronym situation because I can just be like, Maurice Aravel's house. A house. You know what I mean? My house. My house. Oh, and I think we're done with Riften. So let's get the crap out of here and never come back. After finally finishing checking Riften and all of the wonderful gifts it had for me, a short horse tilt later, and I found myself in Whiterun, and you'll never guess who I bumped into there. He's back! He's back! We can get more Netch Jelly! My man, Gorbash! It's been a while.
Then that is my task.
This is his task! It's his task! On the Whiterun side, we do need to go ahead and mark that Ysolda's house is how we get out of here. I'm gonna call this Ye Old House. I marked the wrong freaking one. To the Todd. Okay, so it's not Ysolda's house, it's Bellathor's back door. Okay, back to gameplay. Pinewatch Bandit Sanctuary. Pinewatch Bandit Sanctuary. Hold up, everybody. Hold up. That might be really good news. That might be really good news. There's not a third Pinewatch zone, is there? Hold on. We're not going to get excited yet. There could be a third area. Nobody tell me. I don't want to know. Yeah! We got it, baby. We got it. That is stone number 8 acquired. Let's hit up the Todd. Ooh, hello there, Todd. Oh, is this the back door to Embershard Mine? Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? So for reference, this is the first door I checked in this run. Are you telling me that if I just walked around to the back freaking door, I would have found a stone right out the freaking gate? That would have been wild. Y'all, that was 24 hours ago. Oh, shoot. Whatever. Skyhaven Temple. Okay, this one's gonna take a minute. Oh, there's 5? Sucks. That sucks so bad. I don't really want to do it now, but now is the time that it is seeming that we are doing it. So let's put a hard save here in case I screw something up. And let's check door number 1. This is not the door. I went through the one on the left, didn't I? No freaking shot. No freaking shot. That's actually randomized. What the crap is that? So that means now, guess what? We have 10 freaking doors to check. There's so many that connect to this one door in Whiterun, and I'm never gonna get back. This is the rest of the stream, y'all. That then led to some of the dwarven ruins from the main questline that lead towards Blackreach and the Elder Scroll, but you can't actually get to the other door there unless you bring the lexicon with you, which I didn't have yet. So I bring all of this up to show you that this is one of the instances where I did not think it was needed to use console commands. Just to put into perspective how rare it was I used them and what links I would go to before I considered it. You lack the required item. Oh, shoot. I just realized why these stones are so hard to find. They're so Barenziah. Dude. That's great. So let's see if we can clip out of bounds, shall we? Probably not anywhere here, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Oh! Oh, wait, maybe. And it looks like there actually might be some ground to stand on down there. Like, this might actually work. It might not just drop me through the world if I can figure this out. Yeah, let's see what's up there, actually. Let's see what's up here. If you don't ever actually end up here, there's no way it's airtight. Not in my Skyrim. That's what I freaking thought. That's my Skyrim. That's my Skyrim right there. First of all, let's just see what happens if I drop. I die. Cool. But that's okay. That's okay. because we have our other secret weapon. Our other secret weapon. Can I do it while in midair? Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. It's been a minute. Y'all, Netch Jelly's insane. Now, all of that was for... We've already been here, so thankfully we don't have to mark this down. Also, I have to reload because now I'm trapped here. Thank goodness. Could you imagine if a stone was on the other side? Like, what would we freaking do? Shortly after that whole fiasco was one of the rare examples of me allowing console commands, because after spending nearly a half hour trying to get to the top of this one small waterfall that looked like it might have a pathway on the other side of it, I allowed myself to toggle collision to go and see. I don't even know if you can go through this, but the local map makes it look like you can. I'm hitting the ceiling, I think, before I can, like, get off the bucket. Man, my bucket's gonna fill up at this rate. Did my eyes detect invisible wall? I think they did. I think this is all a colossal waste of time, actually. We must know that it's a colossal waste of time. That's the joys of this run. I can't tell! There's no shot there's anything up here. And yet, here I am. Sounds like this is an FMP. This might be an FMP. FMP? Like, I can see stuff in there, it looks like. And, like, even if there is a load zone up there, which there probably isn't, there's almost definitely not any stones behind it. But at the same time, what if? Am I going to remember this in another 60 hours? No, I'm not going to remember this place. So if somehow there was one there and I do miss it and it did lead to a stone, I just threw the run. At some point, you just have to commit to the dumb and do all of them, you know? Magoo from the future just called me and said it was worth it to keep going. Oh, did he? I don't like that guy. This isn't possible. Even if it is a thing I need to do, it's not a possible thing. Okay, y'all, executive decision time. I'm gonna say however long that this was that I just spent is the threshold, and I'm allowing myself, if I'm fairly confident, to check it. If there's anything up here, I cannot interact with it. It's a blank freaking wall, y'all. Uh-huh. As expected, gargantuan waste of time. Can't say I didn't give it my best try. While it may seem absurd that I would even think there might be a door up there are other locations almost exactly like it that do contain load zones in other places in Skyrim. So because there are some cases like that, in others, I do feel like I need to check them. Understone Keep. Again, we find ourselves so close. So Understone Keep has a bunch of doors. If I can find one that leads outside, I'm not worrying about it. Where am I? Sovngarde. How the crap am I in Sovngarde? I already checked all of these, didn't I? Did I already kick this can down the road once before? I probably did, didn't I? That sounds like something I'd do. Did previous me make it an FMP? Previous me? FMP! Because I might have to do that again. Somehow, even though this was my third time finding Understone Keep, I was still under the impression that I had never once been to Understone Keep. I don't know why, I just could not remember I had been there. Oh, shoot. Really? Do we really have to keep doing this? This sucks. This sucks bad. Okay, so I can clip through a lot of different stuff here. What is all of that? Oh, is that the one that's like floating out in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, so I've checked both of these already, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I gotta pick the lock on the tome. Right, obviously. Must unlock your secrets, Mora! I then had the misfortune of finding the Castle Volkahar courtyard that leads to Valerica's study. Normally to go through here, there's a handful of key items that are these like moon-shaped tablets that you put into this sundial that lets you into the load zone. However, those moon-shaped tablets do not spawn in unless you're at the right stage of the quest, which I haven't even started. So I found myself once again at an impasse. So let's try and find an alternate way to the door. There's an actual floor in the way all the way around. That's so stupid. Also, why did they make this whole area like this? What the crap? They idiot-proofed it. That's not allowed. You're not supposed to idiot-proof anything. You're Bethesda. So we can get out of bounds pretty easily, but there's this huge freaking mountain in the way, and I don't know any way to clip through it to try and get to that load zone. Like, I can't clip downwards, and I don't know any glitches to clip you through the floor specifically. I could consider if there's a way to swim under it. Here's the edge of the bottom. Can I swim under? That just crashes the game. Yeah, I can't even pause. That if you go beyond that barrier, it crashes the game. I don't think we can get to that door, and I think we're just gonna have to hope it doesn't lead to a stone. I mean, it's a small chance. And we've got one door. We have one more door. Please. We've been here. Why did I not check this door? Did I pop out to Skyhaven Temple and go, oh, that's outside. I'll deal with that later. That very much sounds like something past MAGOO would say. Okay, so I think we're done here. We're checking Whiterun. Right. I don't remember which doors we've checked in Whiterun at all. I have no recollection. It's been so long since we've been back here. Oh, and I lacked the required item to do that. Yeah, all these walls are gonna shove me back in. Okay, let's try clipping through something up here. I like what I'm looking at here. These are very thick though, so I don't see it happening. Let me try over here. Hold up. I'm clipped into something. No shot, I actually just made it through. Okay, maybe. Right, we go back through here. We bucket up and over. Oh, y'all, I think I'm feeling good about this option. One of these days, I'm gonna go to all this effort for a door and it's gonna be worth it. And y'all are gonna go nuts. You're gonna be like, what? It's like he knew what he was doing. But I don't. Don't kill me. Oh my gosh. That's it. That's the strat. That's where we're headed. I think we've got it. Okay. Now we work our way over to the load zone that we need. Oh gosh. We might be able to netch jelly onto something over here. This seems like a good time to mention that in addition to clipping through walls, netch jelly also fully cancels fall damage, meaning it was regularly used in combination with horse tilting to land safely, and also in weird moments where I was having to clip out of bounds, it would allow me to bounce off the ground instead of splat off the ground. Please, 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 please. Oh my gosh. Have we done it? Have we done it? Can I just float around the edge of it? Because that would be very useful. I can see it. I can see where I'm headed down there. Let's go! We got it! We got it! What the butt? We've already been here! What? This is why I didn't check anything else. I thought it was because I popped up here and the door was locked, but it wasn't. It was because I popped up here. It's because I popped up here and I walked up, and this was after I could clip, and I thought it was before, and I did this, and I couldn't get anywhere because I couldn't get through that wall. We already knew all of this. I'm such a freaking idiot. I did make it, though. It was all a waste of time. But I did make it. You know, I'm gonna go with, we learned some skills that will help us in the future. That's what I'm gonna go with. I really wish I could tell you that's the only example in this run of me spending a half hour clipping out of bounds to check a single door that I had already seen the other side of, but sadly, I'd be lying if I did. Yeah, let's try the balcony. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a long one. As someone who's beaten Skyrim over and over again for various challenge runs, there's no world in which I was going to forget about the Dragon's Reach balcony that you have to use in the main questline. And my local map was showing one door into Dragon's Reach that I hadn't found yet. So it was time to get out my bucket and fly over there. What? I've been cheated and lied to? It's not even here. It's not even actually here. Needless to say, finding the balcony looking like this was incredibly disappointing. I assumed it was on the inside of Whiterun Hold, but apparently it's on the outside. But there was still the question of that other door on my map. No, I'm an idiot. That was also an invisible wall. Okay, so you can't actually walk on this at all. But there's that over there is what I'm trying to get to, I think. Yeah, so none of that, it won't let you hook in. I mean, I guess I could just try and bucket up and over. Let's try that. This is a really sucky angle to try and hit. Unless I'm just crazy good at this, then I'm fine. Look at this angle. Holy crap. Okay, we're fine. I'm insane. Boom! And look at that. We have made it to the door. The fact that I have to check doors like this is so stupid. And by the way, this is just a balcony for balconies. It doesn't even go anywhere. Come on, just put me in like the Proudspire Manor, whichever one, the Solitude House. Just put me in the Solitude House. Archmage's quarters. Holy crap, that wasn't for nothing! It wasn't for nothing! We actually found one! Look at that! We actually got one from that! Let's go! Woo! I think being correct in checking that stupidly difficult to reach Dragon's Reach balcony really broke my brain, because it told me that I better check every door that could possibly exist anywhere and assume that there's no other easier way to it. And so, I did. More Apocrypha, everybody! More Apocrypha. Okay. Oh, we've been in this one a few times. Oh, because this one's fully enclosed. I didn't know this was over here, apparently. High Hrothgar. Oh, wait, like the inside of High Hrothgar? Oh, sweet! Now for this one. Forgotten Vale. Okay, but am I, like, actually in an exterior zone? Oh, hey! Who are you? Mysterious woman? What do you mean, mysterious woman? Would you like to have a chat, mysterious woman? Now she just goes back and goes to sleep, right? She's just slowly walking away. It says to speak to a guy who's not here, though, unfortunately. And the bow is now also missing. So that sucks. It is light armor. Sure. Why not? We can't get the bow. I was looking at something. We're done with this. So we can... Right. So this is where my brain finally broke enough to attempt to fully check one of these sections of Apocrypha. As a reminder, every single Black Book has its own special area in Apocrypha. In this case, though, I actually had no idea how many different load zones were spread all over the place or how hard it was to get to all of them. So, needless to say, I spent a lot of time here. We can fly out of here, and the question is whether we've actually found all the other entrances and exits in Apocrypha or not. My guess is no, we haven't. So yeah, here's the question at hand. Once I get over this, I think I could technically swim through this stuff, but it kills you very quickly. Oh wait, I can just, this isn't actually hurting me. Is this an area that I've already checked? I don't actually know the answer to that question. Have we been on the other side of this? So we're in Raven Rock here. I haven't checked this. Okay, so it's saying that I'm like looking at one. I'm guessing it's like I'm guessing it's up. But that's the kind of thing is that it's like, how much of this is worth the hassle right now? So yeah, like this is one we haven't went through before, but like also I would have come across this. So like if we're being thorough, it probably makes more sense to check them while I'm here than to like hope I can come back to it later. Do we think that there's enough of other like places and stuff you can go to in the game that it's unlikely enough that we need to do this? I know this is the high octane type of content y'all come here for. To be fair though, this is one of the most solid bucket maneuvers I have ever done. Like this is, I will toot my own horn here for a second. This is impressive. I am drifting downward. You know how difficult that is? That is actually very difficult to do. Mora's Boon added. So wait, can I actually keep and use that as long as I can get out of here? Sure, why not? I don't know about any of that crap or any of that crap. What is that? We gotta check it. The crap was that? Is that how they stop? Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. So it's near that pillar. I'm guessing that's like the game's defense mechanism. I'm wondering if I can bucket over it. It's terrifying every time. It is so loud in my ears. Okay, so I don't think we're getting over there. Listen, you got to realize Todd's looking at me at all times. This right here, this is my second monitor, and it's always there. So just so y'all know, Todd is silently judging me at all times during this. That's not even a meme. That's just real. Are we having a good time? Okay. So this now will take us back to the Archmage's quarters, and then we can actually start doubling back to how we got here. Beautiful. As exhausting as that was, I did decide that from that point on, every time I came across Apocrypha, I would do the same thing and check as many books as I could reasonably find in that open area. And I think we move on to Solitude. I think we're done with Whiterun at this point. Also, this is how far up the hitbox on this fence goes because they don't want you to jump over this. Oh, before we leave Whiterun though, we do want to check the like actual balcony. So let's go do that. It's just a short jaunt away from here to Whiterun. Yep, there it was. That's Whiterun. Uh-huh. See, look, quick jaunt to Whiterun, no big deal. So we're going to the balcony, which is actually on the outside of the city, not the inside of the city, which is the issue we hit before. That was cool as heck, right? Like that was really good. I literally crashed into the city. And I recognize that me bragging on it takes away from the impact of it a lot, but darn it, I was proud of that. It's this again. It's this, and this doesn't lead anywhere. This is just an invisible wall. So is it actually just an interior cell with a backdrop? I cannot express how truly disappointed I was to find out that the Dragon's Reach balcony doesn't actually exist in any exterior space whatsoever. It only exists in its own little pocket dimension, the same as the inside of any other dungeon. I don't know why that was so disappointing to me, but it really was. Maybe it's that guard that the dragon picks up and flings off into the distance, and a part of me always wondering if there was a way to go and find him. The answer's no. So that means we horse tilted over here for no freaking reason. Okay, now we just have to check all of Solitude. And I'll be fully honest here, watching this footage back in particular, I could see that my mental state was rapidly deteriorating. It all makes perfect sense to my brain, and I never remember, forget what any of it means. I never forget. I remember always. Listen, the system works, okay? The system works. We've proven it today multiple times. Everyone believed it because it's true. You only say everyone believed it if it's something that there would be a reason not to believe. Everyone believes the truth because it is true. You don't have to believe. It just is. I hate the Forsworn so freaking much. Can we get some emotes in chat if you hate the Forsworn? Hashtag hate the Forsworn. What am I saying? Okay, No, we're fine. We're fine, everybody. New door, here we go. Distraction, door! Ah! No, not these freaking things again. Why are we always in this stupid DLC? Why is there so many? Wait, I've already been here. Oh, I've already been here. Goodbye. Wait, how the butt? What? How did I get? Oh, the ladder. Goodbye. That means I just counted up on the door counter, and I've already checked that one, so I do have to count it back down. You know, we'll just kind of... Y'all, we've made it to the pumping station, so... Got that going for us. Anybody need a pump? Pretend I didn't say that. Now we gotta check Castle Volkihar exterior. I think I just need to flip around to the Undercroft. I think the balcony's right above it, right? It's gonna be a really long bucket, and I don't like our chances. That's not looking correct. We just need to get on top of this and hope that there's collision. I think I'm at the point where I just need to go from the top of the castle down. It's so fitting. Will I clip through here? Oh, no, I will not. Okay, hold up. That's good. Now we can fly up from here. I'm thinking it ain't here, y'all. I'm thinking that this is not how this works. Never mind. It is here. It is here. It is here. There's going to be a stone behind this, and I'm going to go down in the history books. We're good. We're checking the door. We're checking it off the list. What is this? Random freaking door in Morthal. Just a random freaking door in Morthal. Okay, we've checked all the Volkihar doors. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I love it. Y'all, we're back. We are back. Okay, so we've checked all of these. A commoner, a peasant even, would leave now and just like try and hope he's gonna pop out somewhere else. A wee babe that has just been born into Skyrim Torment would call this a day and then go back to Solitude. I am not said wee babe. We check them all. You think you're gonna get away with this? You think you're gonna get away with this? I've got 800 different ways to get through here, Todd. Don't you mess with me. No, sir. You ain't stopping me with that crap. What's through the next one? New door. If the inside dead ends, we just take the top. Oh, that's a hard angle to hit. That's not good for me. This might work. This might work. All right, we're heading down, but that's fine. Okay, we took some damage, but we're good. We made it. The fact that Apocrypha is in this is just stupid. It's just dumb. It's just stupid and dumb. But this is the way we got in here. All right, we're in. Why am I here just to suffer? Who did this to me? I mean, there's not a question of who did this to me. We're looking at him. It's fine. It's freaking fine. It's freaking fine. Wait, Sunderstone Gorge. Sunderstone Gorge. Hold on, I didn't even look at where I was. That's one of my spots. Oh, please. Oh, please tell me there's not another load zone. Please tell me just this is it. Please tell me it's in here. Hold up, everybody. Back the crap up. Where's the stupid stone? Give it to me. It's not. It is there. Yes! Let's go! We got it! Stone number 10, baby. I think we're done in Solitude, y'all. I think we're ready for Windhelm. Hold up, y'all. Check this out. Check this out. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. It's going to be immaculate, and you're just going to see it, and it's going to be beautiful. We do this. We do this. Y'all about to see that I know what I'm doing. That I've not just been goofing off this whole time. This has been calculated. All of it. Calculated. Everything I do, calculated. Little farther. Check it out. Boom. We're in Whiterun. Now, from Whiterun, we go to Arcadia's butt. And Arcadia's butt puts us in Windhelm. Let's freaking go, y'all. I know how this game works. Yeah, this is Arcadia's butt. This is Windhelm right here. Boom. Windhelm. Yeah, baby. Let's go. We're checking Windhelm now. Yes. Woo. Last major hold to check. That is actually such a big freaking deal. That is such a big deal. Please tell me there's not another load zone. Please, Dainty Slode, please. Make my night. Make my whole life, please. Come on. Let's freaking go. Let's go. You guys can die for all I care. Get out of here. I think that might have been the quickest I found 2 stones back to back. Dainty Slode stone. Woo! We just popped out in Windhelm, and already we got a stone. Windhelm's hiding them from me. B and Barb is huge. B and Barb is huge. This is equivalent to finding a stone. This is the equivalent to finding a stone. We needed this. We needed this. So we just need to find the actual like ragged flagon, and then we need to find Helga's bunkhouse interior. And then I think we have all the quest locations we're gonna need because we have Tovald's Crossing, as you can see, on Todd's sweet little cheek. As slow as this run started out, finishing off all of Solitude right around the time I found 2 stones nearly back to back, and then one of the 3 locations I needed for the Thieves Guild quest, all in one burst of time, was actually insane. It felt for a minute that maybe I'd sort of paid my dues and things were picking up and the run wouldn't take nearly as long as I thought. Unfortunately, I did not know what was on the horizon. We just got randomized back into the tutorial, but some of the... Wait, was that our dude? Is our guy back? This is when you catch up, Gorbash? What the crap, dude? I have not seen this man in like 8 hours.
Then that is my task.
That is your task.
Then that is my task.
That is your task. Oh, how I've missed you. That is your task. Now that's your task. We got Castle Volkihar. Guys, we found it. So much time wasted trying to figure out how to get down to this crap. What a freaking relief. Oh my gosh, I hate that door. Proudspire Manor? Hold the phone. Everybody, hold up a sec. Everybody, hold up a freaking second. Hold up a freaking second. Buzzer beater, everybody. We got an end of stream stone, y'all. Let's freaking go. We're halfway there. We've got 12 of the darn things. Let's go. We got 3 stones and a quest location this stream, y'all. That's insane. After that one very joyous stream, naturally the next one yielded literally nothing useful whatsoever. And I checked multiple major hub locations throughout it as well. I checked all of Dayspring Canyon, Skull Dolphin, Blackreach, and another entire chunk of Apocrypha without finding anything useful whatsoever. As a matter of fact, here's every single clip that was remotely interesting from the entire stream. If you've been watching me with great interest this whole time, you could have helped. This is your domain. And it sucks here. Let me in. We win. Where's the darn load zone? I have no idea what I'm looking for here. It's like, oh, well, that's a bummer. Wait, is that it? That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. We found it. This is gonna be a big, stupid nothing, but I found it. Coming around this way, going through here, clipping down through this, and then, y'all. I mean, come on. Right? Right? Incredible. Dragon's Reach dungeon. We've already freaking been here. What are you gonna do? I can tell that that stream affected my overall mental state, just like as a human being. Because even though a couple days had passed, I started the next stream, before I'd even done anything, with this crash out, which, albeit, I still think is valid, but mildly concerning to say the least. Did you know the past tense of screenshot is screenshotted? What? As a society, the crap are we doing? We already have present and past tense for the word shot. Shot is the past tense. Shoot. You shoot. I take a shot because it's already been taken. That's why screenshot makes sense, because a screenshot cannot exist unless it's already been taken. But if I'm taking one, it's a screen shoot. I'm screen shooting. I'm not screenshotting. That sounds freaking gross. I'm screen shooting. Screen shoot. Come on, y'all. What are we as a society doing here? I explained it this way. If I'm making baked goods, like a screenshot, a noun that takes place in a past tense because it's a thing you already made. I made baked goods. Now I can say I'm making baked goods, but you know what I can also freaking say? I can say I'm baking. Ooh, doesn't that sound nice? I'm just baking. So sure, you could say I'm taking a screenshot, or you could say I'm screen shooting. I'm screen shooting. Hello? We've failed as a society, and I will die on this hill. Okay, back to Skyrim, I think, is what we're doing today. It's Bellathor! Hooray! I would like to buy your sister, sir. Oh yeah, y'all, we gotta screen shoot this. You think we're gonna leave here without, You think we're gonna leave here without screen shooting this? Like, what an opportunity. What an opportunity this belongs on Todd's face. After Blackreach, I decided to head over to Winterhold, but not before I bumped into what would become the mainstay weapon for the rest of the run in the Bloodskull Blade. Y'all, I never really play as warrior builds, and I definitely never use two-handed weapons, so I didn't realize what a beast this thing was. It was weirdly, incredibly fun to use. We're done with Blackreach! Let's go! Is that Winterhold? Yeah, I think that was Winterhold. Okay, we can maybe stick the landing here. Oh, go, 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 go. Whoa, no, I should use my Netch Jelly. I didn't use my Netch Jelly. This is not as cool of a way to get there, but it is a way to get there, sort of. Let's take our way up the mountain here. And there's Winterhold. Y'all, that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. That was amazing. I just straight up took the path up the mountain. I've never horse tilted so elegantly in my life. I just got freaking brown rot. Is it a 90% chance of contracting brown rot? What is this? Get out of here with your stupid garbage brown rot. Take it back, Todd. Take it back. While checking through some of the doors in the exterior of the College of Winterhold, I went to clip through a Nordic puzzle door in one of the dungeons without paying very close attention to which dungeon I was in at the time. Oh, right. This seems bad. What have I done? What have I done? Are there doors in here? Because if so, I need to check them. I also need to make sure I don't break the Thieves Guild questline because I need it to work so I can talk to Vex for the stone stuff. And I'm worried this is going to break it. I think I just got stabbed, but I don't know by who. Can't see anything. See, this is what I'm worried about. We are very stuck. No shot horse tilt fixes this, but it would be really funny if it did. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh no, look at him go, his legs! No! This is how it's meant to work. Oh, gotcha. Okay, what if I like go off to the side? Could we avoid the trigger like over here? He's gonna clip out of bounds again. He's gonna clip out of bounds. No, don't fall down. That looks promising though. No, dude, don't fall through. Don't fall through. Oh, darn it. Wait. We're in. We avoided the trigger. There is a door. There is a door. That wasn't a waste of time. No matter where this door goes, that was not a waste of time, because this could lead to a stone, and there are some stones that only have one door that leads to them. It's unlikely, but it had to be checked. Temple Ancestral Tomb. There are other load zones here. This is a whole thing. And this puts us to Y'all, it wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't. It was not a waste of time. Yeah, throw your legs around. Barenziah, throw 'em. Yes! Let's go! For once, I spent way too much time trying to get through some stupid blockade and it wasn't worthless! We get to put a big old check mark on Ingvild, which is good because that's one of the ones I kept forgetting the name of. Boom! Baby, let's go! Not too long after that bit of validation for my own personal stubbornness, I was passing through the Blue Palace when I suddenly realized that there is a stone in the Blue Palace. My brain had gotten it confused because I had previously been to Mistvale Keep and couldn't get to the upstairs area where the stone is there, and somehow I turned that into being the Blue Palace, so I almost walked right past that one, and thankfully some people in my chat reminded me that I was being really dumb. Hold up, maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm thinking of Mistvale Keep. Y'all, I'm too tired for this. I should not be playing this tired. It's irresponsible of me. Say goodbye to Bernie, everybody. And just for the record, for anybody who wasn't here when I initially explained this, I don't talk about politics on my stream. But tell me it's not the same picture. You can see it. Look at that. Look at that. I chose the right icon for this one. Fight me. After that, I hit what can only be described as a brick freaking wall. Y'all, for the next 3 streams, which is somewhere in the ballpark of 15 hours, I didn't find a single stone. However, that doesn't mean there's nothing to talk about, because there was one very important thing to mention, and her name is Serana. For the start of the next stream, I checked every door in Dawnstar, another whole chunk of Apocrypha, this one at least gave me Black Market, all of Dragonbridge, and all of Rorikstead, before I happened to cross Dim Hollow Crypt. There she is! I don't know if I triggered enough of the quest to actually get her or not, but we're gonna find out. This was initially seen as a very good thing. Serana is one of the stronger followers in the game, and pretty universally beloved. Heck, my chat was going crazy, but if only I knew the troubles this was about to cause me, I would have had a very different outlook. Well, let's go then.
Not going to happen.
What? Oh, y'all, this is a problem. Unfortunately, for the first chunk of the Dawnguard questline, Serana doesn't act like a normal follower. She'll still follow you around and fight in combat, but she's unwilling to trade items with you because she doesn't trust you yet. However, she does prevent you from having a different follower. We can't duplicate Netch Jelly if we can't trade things with her, and we can't recruit another follower if she's following us. We're not doing Dawnguard. I think we're just actually not gonna have Serana as a follower. I think, y'all, it's just safer to not. Serana's cool as heck, but we're not ever gonna actually see her. My live chat, though, really wanted to bring Serana along, so to humor them, I brought her over to where Gorbash was to double check that the game would not let me have a second companion, since she wasn't really working fully as a companion as supposed to. But unfortunately, you cannot. So she does rule him out. During this time, some of the more reasonable members of my chat were also asking why the rest of them were acting, let's say, enthralled by the concept of Serana, and that devolved a little bit. People like Serana for 4 reasons. Number 1, yes, she has a unique voice in Skyrim. Number 2, that voice is the voice of Laura Bailey, who's just a very good voice actress. Number 3, she actually has character development. And number 4, vampire mommy. That's why people like Serana. 4 main reasons. Count them. There's nothing else to say there. We all know the answer. Yeah, not necessarily in that order. No, not at all in that order. How far is it in the quest line before Serana functions as a normal companion? Until you reach getting the Moth Priest, she won't trade our items with you? Is that real? Would you deny him his task? That is true. Look at this man. He has been our rock this whole time. We can't abandon him now. I'm sorry, we gotta leave Vampire Mommy behind. But here's what I'll do for y'all, you thirsty pervs. Here's what I'll do for you, okay? I think y'all deserve a nice Vampire Mommy in your lives, you know? It's a reasonable request you're making of me, and I understand that. I understand your plight, and I'm sympathetic to your cause. Once we know we don't need to duplicate any more Netch Jelly, I'll come back for Serana, okay? Fair trade? And now, the only words you can read on the entirety of the Todd map in full screen are Vamp Mommy. This is how much I care about you. Can you add screenshot, please? I don't know who Serana is, just so people know who Vamp Mommy is. If people don't know who Vamp Mommy is, they need to get out of my chat. I wonder if editing Magoo will remind video watchers how horny chat is during the edit. The remaining 10/24ths of the video now will look like this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to explain this somehow. All right, this whole stream's gotten way too horny. We're gonna go back to checking doors. Realistically, y'all, Serana in other contexts could be considered overrated. The problem is, the context that she has is Skyrim followers, which are typically as soulless as they come. In comparison to that, yeah, Serana is as good as you're ever gonna get. People see an actually well flushed out, like thought out NPC who's a follower, and they're like, what? You can't marry her, but I became a vampire for her. For the remainder of that stream, in between the great vampire debates of 25, I was able to check all of Riverwood, Iverstead, and the Riften docks. And somewhere along the way, found myself in the flooded dwarven ruins that are in the Dragonborn DLC, and spent an extensive amount of time clipping my way around them to try to get to some more doors, which went about as good as you could expect. Almost there. Trust the process, y'all. This was not for nothing. We're just taking the long way around, the scenic route. Trust the process. Come on! Are you freaking kidding me? It's this one? What do you mean? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I've checked this. Oh my gosh. Was all of that literally for nothing? Was all of that literally for nothing? Let me guess. Does that mean I could just... I need a minute. I need a freaking minute. So the mod makers did think about this, and they let you just click on the door, making everything I just did a colossal and incredibly stupid waste of time. At this point though, I had pretty much run out of hub locations to check. Technically there was still all of Solstheim and the Forgotten Vale, but I was in no rush to tackle either of those. So it was time to start looking at the general open world of Skyrim. And it was pretty obvious I needed to get more organized if I wanted to have a chance of not missing anything there. So I had to make some changes to the Toddrim. I added map markers to the Toddrim, like the actual Skyrim map markers. Yes, that provides a lot of organization and removes a lot of chaos. I am sorry about that. However, I did a couple of things here to offset, okay? For one, I have not erased anything, which also means I have come to terms with how drastically geographically inaccurate the Toddrim is. I also did not put the names of these icons on there, but rather whatever came to mind when I read the names of the icons. Open-mindedness, okay? So again, I only did a fourth of it. This is how our boy's looking right now. These do cover like all of the purple lines that I've been using to navigate things, so that actually makes it harder on me. So I started off by just adding the forts, right? And I was just gonna go do all the forts, like Fort Snowhawk, for example. Fort Dunstad, for example. Fort Sungard, I was off by a little bit. Fort Sungard is south of Rorikstead, and I had it up here. Corrections are done with red arrows, which will not at all become confusing. Look at how far off Fort Amal was. This and this, very close together. Very, very close together. This map is not to scale. This map has been made less usable. At some point, you'll have to consult the VODs to navigate. No, I can do this. For example, GWW, we all know what GWW is. I'm not gonna tell you because we all know. Big Dead Rock. Big Dead Rock. We all know where redundancy is. Y'all know Flat Baby. I believe that's called Cradle Crusher Camp? Crush Cradle? Something like that? Flat Baby, right? So we're gonna go check all of these and we're gonna put X's on them once we've finished checking them. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be no confusion. I decided to start with High Hrothgar when checking exteriors, and it took very little time before I ran into multiple different instances of why this is not going to be an easy feat. Okay, so here's a thing, and this is actually something I found while testing that I did not know about. There's a door up there. Oh, stuck the landing. Incredible. So yeah, I didn't know this existed, but when I was testing the randomized mod, I popped out of it on the first door I checked, and I looked around and I was like, I'm at High Hrothgar. How long has that been there? This location is actually down here, right? So what is it I'm looking at up here? I am looking at, I can only assume, the exit. Most of these places have like a backdoor exit that I have to be able to find without knowing where they are. That's going to cause me problems in the future. This is what? I don't think I checked this, did I? Ooh, that would have been a mistake. I didn't know that was a thing. Do y'all know, is there any other hidden Riften entrances? Almost an FMP, yeah, for real. Almost FMP! That's a suck that I didn't know about that. Let me make a lap around the walls, I guess, just to verify, because I've already checked this off the list, and I did not know that was a thing. Yeah, no, straight up, this is a backdoor to Riften I didn't check. Wow. I'm a dingus. Why did I not realize there's like 87 entrances to Riften? Okay, I think we're good now at this point. Wait, what's this? Is there two different doors there, or... Oh my gosh, there's a door up there? Y'all, I almost screwed up big time. Okay, note to self, exterior of holds, aggressively check local map for alternate entrances. Why? They're not involved in, to my knowledge, any quests. What the crap? I didn't know about this. What leads you to the other side of this? Like, where is that? Like, where does this go? Yeah, I know nothing about this freaking game, apparently. Yes! Yes, okay, as soon as we find the Ragged Flagon, we can join the Thieves Guild. Woo! And with that clip, I'm pretty sure you've now seen the biggest piece of forward progression that happens across 3 consecutive streams. It wasn't long into checking the open world of Skyrim before I had an unexpected and, to be quite honest, somewhat unwanted visitor. What? Why is she here? No, this is bad. This is really bad. Because we are actually running really low on Netch Jelly. And if she replaced my follower, I'm in a rough spot.
You already have someone to do.
No! She broke it again. Holy crap, that's so dumb. How long ago did the Serana thing break? Did it break when we entered Dim Hollow Crypt? And she hasn't caught up this whole time? Yes, for the record, she has been broken since I went through Dim Hollow Crypt. I did have to check a door on the other side, but just so you're all aware, I never opened her little coffin in the ground, which I thought meant she wouldn't ever show up, but apparently, if you so much as enter that location, she tethers to you as a follower whether you talk to her or not. So everything else had to be put on pause so that I could begin Operation Get Rid of Serana. So between that stream and the next one, I did 2 main things. For one, I filled out another quadrant of the Toddrim with map icons in the hopes that I would actually get to check any of them. This black line divides logic effectively. So like this is not north of this, and this is not north of this, and this is not north of this. Like that's all incorrect. As long as I stay above the black line, everything will work out right. And if I stay below it, everything will work out right. If I start crossing the black line up and down, nothing is going to be where it should be. For 2, I did something I told myself I would not do at any point in this run. I went back and extensively searched through my own VODs. For the record, I wasn't looking for any missed doors or anything like that. I was only looking for load zones that had to do with the Dawnguard DLC to see what it would take to try and get rid of Serana. All right, so now we're going to go actually recruit Serana like the way you're supposed to. I already killed all these guys, but I didn't actually let her out. I didn't do the puzzle. She just kind of popped out anyway. Well, that's going to make things a little bit more complicated, isn't it? I mean, in theory, she's my follower right now, so she should just appear eventually. Oh, I did 3 hours of research. At least 3 hours of research to try and fix this. So now we need to go to the Thalmor Embassy. So we're going in this door, actually, which I forget exists. This should be the inside of Castle Volkihar. Should be, if I did my math right. It is. For one, just saying no, can I just be done? So I'm going to see what happens if I refuse and leave. So now the question is, can we go recruit Gorbash?
You have my steel.
It's his task! We got him back, everybody. We got him back. If you're wondering what on earth I did for 3 hours of research, I charted all the way up to the Moth Priest part of the Dawnguard questline. And for good reason. The option I just went with was one of two, and it's by far the riskier option. I already knew where Redwater Den and the other locations needed for the vampire side of the quest were located, all the way up to recruiting the Moth Priest. The way I went got rid of her so that I can proceed more quickly, but should it ever break again and I get stuck with her, the Dawn Guard side of the quest eventually has you track down 2 new recruits, one of which spawns in a random location. If that one recruit is in a dungeon I don't know how to access, I'm just out of luck. So while this option worked more quickly now, if it were to break again in the future, I don't know that I could fix it. However, I mean, what's the chances that we would get stuck with Serana as a follower a second time in the same run while actively trying to avoid it? So I gave up on Ustengrav because I couldn't Netch Jelly Clip. And I figured I would come back here with freaking Whirlwind Sprint. Which is funny because I could also just horse tilt. Why did I not just do that? That's so much funnier. Let's just horse tilt through this. Oh, hold up. I could totally get this. I'm saving 3 Netch Jelly here, y'all. It's not a waste of time. Go, 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 go! Yes! They said it couldn't be done. They said you need Whirlwind Sprint, and I proved them wrong. I'm actually so surprised that I was able to do that. And just like that, we get to check 1 door. So I'm pretty sure we've been to the other side of this already. Yes, there was one place here where we got stuck, and it was before I had a bucket, and it was before I had Netch Jelly. Oh, that was just another load. Frick. Oh. Oh, cool. Did not mean to end up in this hole, Karen, again, but sure, whatever. Yeah, it was this. It was definitely this. And this is where the map stops. I think I might have actually never checked the other side of this. There's a new door. I almost didn't freaking check. This was one of the first freaking dungeons I found before I had any reliable way to clip, and I forgot about it. I completely forgot, and I stumbled across it again. There's 2 other load zones here. Let's see, what were the other ways I could have found this? Tovald's Gap. I've been here. I just missed that path? The Ragged Flagon has 3 different load zones that were randomized, and somehow, within a singular stream of this run, I managed to find the entrances to 2 of them and miss both of them without ever marking that I needed to come back and check them again. That's wildly concerning. It's looking more and more like there's a high chance I'm just gonna have to redo the entire first, 3 streams worth of checks to figure out what the crap past me missed. Hey, we finally found the Dragon's Reach the thing. So if I do this, I'm pretty sure there's an invisible wall all the way up. So if I go around, Whiterun won't be here. Oh, you know, when I said Whiterun wasn't gonna be here, I didn't mean it that literally. What the crap? Whiterun got megatoned for real. All of this is just like a backdrop. None of this is real. This is all just decorative, effectively. It's only here when you come out this one door for this one quest, and there's no way out and no way into it otherwise. I just thought that was really interesting. Somewhere in the middle of my 3-stream stone drought and the tedium of checking random doors out in the open world of Skyrim, I missed the old days of checking hub locations, so I decided to head over to Solstheim to just check every door in Raven Rock, just for a bit of a change of pace. And the boat trip over was, let's just say, unique. This is very broken. This is very broken. I'm not supposed to be able to do this, I don't think. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do this with the boat. Are we still good? Okay, we're still good. What made that happen? Also, somewhere in this process, I popped out to one of the Forgotten Vale 5 portal fountain situations and just decided to go ahead and check all of them. And from this point on, every time I popped out to a new one, I checked the other 4 portals before continuing on my way. I'll be honest, I've been dreading the Forgotten Vale more than anything in this run because I just don't care for it very much. So I wanted to try and get as close as possible to not having to go there. I mean, I'm fine to just go ahead and rule these out real quick. I'm almost certain I've ruled most of them out already. New door. 676. Stony Creek Cave. I don't know how many cells Stony Creek Cave has, but it is a place I'm looking for. Stone! We got one, baby. We got one. We got one. Let's go. Stone 15, it's eluded us for 3 straight streams. For the record, across those 3 streams were 18 hours of gameplay without finding a single stone. Now granted, I did find the last 2 locations for the Thieves Guild quest I needed, but still, it was rough. Okay, 15 stones down, 9 to go. We're now in single-digit stones, y'all. Shortly after, I went through a load zone that put me to the exterior of the Barenziah. And if you can believe it, I once again could not find the load zone that I came through for the life of me. So I figured I'd just go ahead and check all the doors now since I had to find it anyway. Porthole and Anchor are separate. They are, but there's a third one here, and I'm thinking it's this door here. Can I just, like, click it? No, that wasn't it either. This is Skulldolphin Temple, which I do still have to check, but I gotta figure out, how do I get back to Raven Rock? The anchor chain, it goes to Forel Host, whatever, Stronghold. The porthole goes to Hunting Brew Meadery. How did I get here from Raven Rock? Is it like farther down the anchor chain? Is a different load or something? Let me go way down the anchor chain. What? The chain, the bottom of the chain, and the porthole are 3 different cells? Why? Y'all, I don't really care for the Barenziah very much. We're going back, and we are gonna start checking other stuff around Windhelm. First thing we're doing is heading over to Boethia Sack. Boethia Sack. I almost read Shack, but that's not what I wrote. I wrote, what? Apparently, my chances of running into Serana again were quite likely, but not in the way that I had thought, because this is a completely different part of the quest than all the parts I was worried about. I went into the Soul Cairn. So she came back. We're gonna have to hope the amount of Netch Jelly we have will get us through the entire rest of the challenge. While this version of Serana is a follower that you can actually trade items with, she's convinced that we are actively in the middle of a quest and therefore will only regurgitate a single line over and over until we talk to her mother. So I was headed off to the Soul Cairn to see if I could fix this. What if we just go kill the freaking dragon? Please. Okay. Big to Valerica. She should be able to get in here, right? She shouldn't be bugged out. No! The quest hasn't made it to this stage yet. And naturally, she did not remember how to get to the Soul Cairn, so it did not fix her. No matter what I did, I couldn't get her to show up in the place that she was convinced that she was. Because of course I couldn't. I used to like Serana, and that is changing. That is changing over the course of this run. It is changing aggressively. So at this point, I did the only thing I could do. I admitted defeat and accepted Serana was going to be stuck with me for the rest of the run. Congratulations to all the thirsty viewers, you got your vampire mommy, but at what cost? I'm going to Boethia Sack, whatever that meant. I wrote it down, but I don't know what it means. Sack of Boethia, that is really what it says, huh? This does mean that I now have to start conserving Netch Jelly again, because even though I have like 200 in my inventory, I can never make any more, and I have no idea how many more things I'm gonna have to clip through. Bleak Falls Sanctum. We can get the Dragonstone. We could do the main quest if we want to. We could get shouts. Not what I was looking for, but it is kind of cool. Get over here, punk. Dragonstone! Let's go! We finally have made one step forward in the main quest line. It's crazy how long it took us to find this place. Rana! Let me by! Let me by! Regardless of that whole fiasco and my side quest to Raven Rock and the Barenziah, I still did make a decent chunk of progress on the northeastern quadrant of the map during that stream, so for the start of the next one, I went ahead and charted the southwestern quadrant, which has its share of issues. Now, you might be noticing something different about this quadrant, and that's that it's, slanted. Let's talk about Skyrim's map, everybody. So Skyrim's map, when you're in the game, changes perspectives. Because somebody decided that was a good idea. Not only can you pan and zoom, but you can also pivot and rotate side to side. I don't freaking know why, but when I initially charted all this stuff on here, I just charted it with the game map open, and I looked at where they all were and put them in relation to that. So all of this stuff was put in not accurate north to south, but accurate per my perspective in the middle of the map. And all of it's cattywampus. Which also means that it's all horribly inaccurate. So here's where we originally put Fort Sunguard on the map. Then later, I went and added all the forts to the map, and I put it down here. More accurate to where it is because it's southeast of Rorik's Head, right? But then when I went to actually put all the things on there, I realized that it's actually halfway in between the two because Rorik's Head's supposed to be all the way up freaking here. It'll be fine. The top left is just as bad, if not worse, by the way. I've already started charting it. It's terrible. I offer you a future Magoo problem on a silver platter. A beautifully plated FMP! And we're gonna go back to working on this part of the map, which is only somewhat terrible. There's not much to show from this stream because, admittedly, for the vast majority of it, nothing of note happened other than me getting progressively more concerned and frustrated. Until eventually, something gave way. Mistveil Keep Jarl's Chamber. Mistveil Keep Jarl's Chambers. Hold up. Yes! I needed a win! It's been a long stream. I needed it. This was necessary for my mental state. Okay. I've been here before in one of these cells and I just didn't keep going. And I'll tell you what, I bet we can find it. What is this location called? This is Ragnvald Temple. Check this out, right? Rowdy Ball. There it is. This was something for me to go back and check. That's the second time we found it where I was within 60 seconds of a stone and turned back. Let's go somewhere useful. Come on, show me Dark Brotherhood, the Ice Runner. It was dark and spooky looking in here, and I thought it was about to be the Dark Brotherhood, and y'all were gonna think that I cheated. Yo, I don't even know what the freaking Ice Runner is. I played a lot of Skyrim, but I don't know where I am. Hobbsfall Cave, hold on, sorry. Give me a freaking stone. Don't tell me there's 2 zones in Hobbsfall Cave. I don't want there to be 2 zones in Hobbsfall Cave. I want a stone, and I want it from the place whose name I'm not gonna remember. Please! Get out of here, goat. Nobody invited you. This is by far one of the most random locations that has one. Like most of them I can kind of understand and vibe with. This one's just a little bit weird. Only frost magic. There's other schools of magic. Restoration is a perfectly valid school choice. Would you stop with the ice storm spam, please? Yep, nope, just shot 2 of them straight into my freaking face. Okay, so this definitely is only one load zone, but I missed the freaking stone. So the fact that you could come through a dungeon that the stone is in and completely overlook it, like while looking for it, is actually kind of bonkers. And I think I'll never forgive Todd for this. Northwestern part of the cave system. Oh, frick, I ran right past it earlier? Oh wait, when I crossed this bridge, I was supposed to drop down? This is so easy to miss. What? I don't even know how you get up from there. This is what you're supposed to find? This is diabolical. Who put a stone here? How does anyone casually come across this crap? We got stone 17, everybody. Stone 17. What the crap? Somewhere along the way, I also passed through the interior of the Bannered Mare in Whiterun, which gave me an idea. While Gorbash still wouldn't come with me because Serana was along for the ride, I hadn't tried to recruit a new companion, and since she was completely broken, I thought it was at least worth a shot. Please hold, everyone. I've earned that 100 gold.
And a true Nord.
Follow me, I need your help.
Not waste any time.
She just followed me as if I have no follower, which means it did not dismiss the guy we already have, but anytime I tried to get him to follow, he said I already had somebody. Yo, we duplicate all the Netch Jelly right now. She can do tasks, exactly. I don't know what she's gonna have to say about it, but we'll find out.
Will do. Will do.
Something feels off about this dupe. Doesn't feel like a proper task somehow. Fair point. It's like she's just kind of doing it, you know? Kind of going through the motions. And it's like, yeah, I know you're willing to do it, but like, I want you to see it as your task. It's just not the same. How dare she stand where he stood? Gorbash, how we miss thee. Oh. Okay. They're both here. This might get awkward for us. And Arvak. Oh my gosh. Everyone loves us. Meanwhile, we just want to make our way back to Gorbash. While checking through this quadrant of the map, I realized that while I checked every door in Falkreath, I didn't actually check the door to Falkreath's Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. And while obviously the chances of it going to itself were pretty slim, figured I might as well stop in. Also, for anyone wondering, both of the black doors were modded to where they can actually be accessed without having to have the password and the dialogue and stuff. They're a little finicky to click on, but they do work. So what if the Falkreath Sanctuary was actually just in the Falkreath Sanctuary? There actually is a stone in here, it's just a different stone! Let's go! Screw you, Codlock, give me this! Heck yeah! Yes! 6 left. We're 75% done, which actually means 100-hour mark. We could be on a race against the clock here. I assumed it would take way longer than that, I'm gonna be real. And naturally, between that stream and the next one, I had made enough progress to go ahead and add the final quadrant to the map, which really completes the look. I see some people have noticed the oopsie zone. The oopsie zone is because my map was so off scale that there's just a big area there that doesn't really exist. If you draw a line across the Skyrim horizontally and then just took that and kind of went, or just kind of crammed everything to the north and south. That's kind of what I did unintentionally. Like, it just gets worse the farther we go, which is funny because I thought it was going to get better as we went. Four Bears Holdout is almost directly north of Robber's Gorge. This is Robber's Gorge, and this is Four Bears Holdout. Effectively, you can just sort of imagine there's a line in this area that's just sort of a wormhole break in the space-time continuum. We'll figure it out when we get there. You kind of have to do this when you look at it for it to be accurate. And then even then, it's not accurate. So the oopsie zone is correcting where the map is incorrect. Sure, I mean, it pretty much is. That's its objective. Whether or not it succeeds is questionable. The Riverwood Trader! Hey, I've got your claw! Oh. I need to check the door up there, but then I can't come back through, I don't think. Oh, how screwed am I? He's fighting Carlia, who's not here, because she's still broken in the other cutscene. Okay, we've killed Mercer. He doesn't have the skeleton key on him. Isn't he supposed to? Okay, new door, though. We're gonna reload this, because this is gonna break a lot. I can feel it. The midden. Oh my gosh, I have more stuff to check. This is a whole thing. Okay, we're out to Fort Snowhawk. Okay, that is somewhere we're going to be later. Now when I go through Fort Snowhawk, though, and I pop into that area, I'm just gonna have to try and remember that I've been there. We have made it 80 hours into a run, almost 81 hours into a run without doing this. It's finally time. Goodbye, Anise! Ah, everything's right in the world. I checked 70 freaking doors today. To get like jack squat out of it for a whole stream, that sucks. Is there any chance you don't find all the doors? Of course there is. This is how I'm tracking it. What do you mean, is there any chance I don't find all the doors? Does this look perfect to you? Because, I mean, it does to me. But, like, there's a high chance that this has missed something. This is a bizarro system I have landed on. Thankfully, at the very beginning of the next stream, things took a very positive turn. Palace of Kings upstairs, don't you dare tell me that there's a third one. I refuse to hear it. There is a stone here, and I know it, and you can't keep it from me. Give it. Give it right freaking now! Let's go! Yes! This one has been taunting me. This one has been hard taunting me. That was actually my third time finding the Palace of Kings. Not only did I find it really early in the run off of Embershard Mine and Oriel's Bow, but I also found the other half of the upstairs not long before, which was just devastating at the time. So I really needed that one. Did I literally put the same icon in two different places quite far apart that are the same thing? I think I did. I think I came up with two separate names for Lost Echo Cave. I put it on here twice by accident. So that's a little funny. You know, just cover it with, you just kind of brush the hair over it. And we can add some more texturing in here as well. And so now when we zoom out, you can't tell at all that I edited that section. The Toddrim is perfect. As it has always been. Wait, Rhyme Rock. No, actually, I did all of that earlier. That wasn't me doing an echo. That was me doing a rhyme. Those rhymes, those aren't echoes. Why would I put that for echo? I'm an idiot. So never mind, these are two different locations. I do still have to go check Lost Echo. Which means we have to go get rid of Todd's locks. No! Oh, I'm so stupid. That's Rhyme Rock Burrow, not Lost Echo Cave. Obviously, that's not what an echo does. Echo doesn't repeat different words back every time. Magoo, you freaking idiot. At this point in the run, my cognitive function was so low that I forgot that a rhyme and an echo were two completely different concepts. They referred to two completely different things. So that's about where I'm at this point. Volkahar Ruins. Why is this the one time Serana isn't showing up? The soul gem shards are there, but I can't take them. So no, this place is broken. I definitely didn't check under there, so we need to figure that out. I mean, I have the rule about one-ways, right? This is definitively a one-way. No, I think I just used my own rule here. This is a one-way. This is a one-way door. I'm allowed to do this. We've made a rule for this. I'm allowed to do it to check. So this is one of those super rare situations I mentioned earlier on where I let myself console command to actually check a door. Again, if anything's useful on the other side of it, I'm not allowed to use this method to get to it. There's another door to get in there. Okay, here's what we do. The Rime Rock has a stone that we can come back and check. That's not Rime Rock, that's Lost Echo Cave. This is Rime Rock. Has a stone, so we went from there into Sarthal, Kazcap, BWC, obviously. Give me that soul. Okay, so then I'll use that should I need to find that stone. You may want to rethink Bronzewater Cave. I don't know why. All right, well, Skiki, what you got for me? I don't think this is new, so I'm not marking it. White Run Catacombs. I think it might be new. I have a hunch that it might be new. This is just me kind of spitballing here, but I think this might be a new freaking location. Let's go! We're down to the last 4 stones, and if I'm willing to aggressively clip through something, I know where one of them is. I ended that stream with 20 out of 24 stones, and knowledge of where the 21st stone is if I could figure out a way to access it. So I started the next stream with the full knowledge that the end was approaching. I just didn't know if it was a positive one or a negative one. But something about that dynamic, I think, just stripped away the last bit of sanity I was clinging to, because man, I was in rare form that day. Oh shoot, we got 4 doors here. We got a whole freaking sedan. Let's see if we get anything good out of these. Oh, it'd be so hyped to just start the stream with a stone, wouldn't it? Oh, it's 5 doors, by the way. It's 5 doors. Not even a sedan. It's a sedan with a trunk with a rear hatch. You know what I mean? A spacious rear hatch for all your needs. Are your kids into school sports? You've got room for their equipment back there. Do you have a band, kid? You can put a tuba there. I'm falling apart. We just started. Do we got any tubists in chat? I literally just fell down like an idiot. Oh shoot, they're not drawing a oh no! Bob and weave! Bob and weave, no! Oh, saved, clutched it. Don't you underestimate me or my bucket. Be gone! Imagine shooting arrows at a man floating on a bucket. He just hops off and murks you. The Todd has gotten so large, I had to convert it to a different file type because Photoshop only supports up to 2 gig files. And the Todd image, just one picture, is now over 2 gigs. Toddrim's like 2,000 times bigger than the OG Doom. Wait. No, she'll end up following me around. I don't want to try. You know what? It's funny. Please tell me she vanishes when I go outside. Don't have this child follow me for the rest of the run. There's a bed here and I need to rest. I should have done this before saving the child. This all feels very sketchy. Don't just be standing there. Freaking jump scare. Oh gosh, she's actually... Okay, we ditched Serana and picked up a child. A godchild? I don't really fully comprehend that, but let's take her into the mines. So you broke Serana again, perhaps. I'm sure she'll show up again. It's impossible for her to stay away. Listen, she's gotten a taste of the Barenziah, and she can't stay away for long. Ah! Hold on! Hold on! Wait a second! Hold up! Back it up! Hold up! Yes! Let's go! We got 3 stones left. We're freaking crushing it. It's all coming together. I have whipped this game into submission, and I'm saying this with such confidence that when it all comes crumbling down, it's gonna be that much worse. But I'm still betting that it won't. This is exciting. Solstheim has its own map, and it's like a non-insignificantly large map. So the area that I allocated initially for Solstheim points was just down here. Right, which is a decent chunk of space, but not like quite enough. So I just kind of provided an extension. So this is the Toddrim. It is now complete, but now it is time for Toddrim. It's time, baby! We've got a whole new map to check. So we've got all of Soul Slime already charted down here, everybody. We got Thong Altar. We got Craft Roomba. We got it all, and it's all here on Todd's totally normal body. Oh, look. The child turned back into Vampire Mommy. No, never mind. Gang's all here. Wonder if we'll pick up any more strays on the way. At this point, I'm afraid to say I'm not sure which is breaking faster, Skyrim or me, but regardless, I guess we'll find out where we both land soon enough. Y'all want to start summoning dragons? We only need a couple of souls to get all our shouts unlocked. What, like 40? Oh, wait, we get the best line in the game! What am I saying? This is perfect! Y'all, we've waited 89 hours for this.
It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come off.
The fastest man in the world has come here to tell us about this dragon. It was fast. It was faster than anything he's ever seen. Oh, I'm so glad I could experience this with the entire family. Vampire Mommy, abandoned child, and woman who got banned from the companions because she murdered somebody. Oh no, I've definitely popped out of this and had to do this whole thing, I'm pretty sure. This was Kataraya. Yep. I can't believe I remembered that. I'm nervous! I thought Soul Slime was going to be a little bit more meaty than it is, actually. And I'm getting very nervous. Because again, we've already checked the Skull Village in Raven Rock. We've been here like, what, 20 minutes? And we've knocked off like a fourth of it with nothing? Literally not even any new doors even, except for like one. That's big stress. Y'all, I mean, look at this map. I'm scared! And there's already crap up here. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Treasury house? Smelter Overseer's house. Come on. Stop giving me Markarth interior zones that aren't the treasury house, please. Not to mention there's still the Fall Creek Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, but I've said from the beginning that that's going to be the last one we find, so I'm mostly worried about the treasury house right now. It's hard to truly articulate the panic I was feeling when I realized I had checked off half of Soul Slime and I still had 3 stones remaining. It was becoming obvious to me that I had to have missed something along the way, although I wasn't quite ready to admit it to myself just yet. Oh, it's this that doesn't open. Don't care. I shall ignore it. If nothing else, just take me somewhere warm, please, that's not trespassing. Dwemer Museum. Okay, we found the other side of this. That's the least impactful one to find, but now we don't have to do the clipping. Soul Cairn, right? Yes. Okay, just wanted to verify. That's the entrance of the Soul Cairn, so there should be a stone in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Let's go! Okay, we actually only have 2 left. No more 2.5 crap. We don't have to go track that one down now. 2 left. Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, Treasury House. That's it. Please, Todd. Please. Silver Blood Inn. Screw you, game. You're doing this on purpose. It's literally just putting me to every other place at Markarth. I found like 8 other Markarth doors. It's crazy. We're gonna go north to Been Gone Freaky. I don't know what that means, but it should be a cave like right on top of us to the north. And I called it Been Gone Freaky. Hey, no wait, it looks like it says Been Gone Freaky. Hold on. That says Been Gone Freaky. That one was just a good choice on my part. Yes! Been Gone Freaky! He got it for us. Give me that freaking stone. Let's go. 1 left, baby. 1 left. I called it from forever ago. The only stone left is the freaking Fall Creek Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. I knew it would come down to that. I don't know how I knew it would, but I knew it would. Freaky Ben delivers. Give it to me. I don't care if you see me steal it. Stab me all you want to. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna kill all of y'all. Never should have come here, huh? I'll show you should have come here. What the? All right, that was very violent. I had a bit of an outburst there. 1 to go. That's insane. And there's enough doors left that I believe 1 could be there. It's unlikely, but 1 could be there. Miraculously, I found 2 stones within about 5 map locations, which is crazy considering I hadn't found a single other one attached to Soul Slime whatsoever. But I still had 1 left, and there were only about a 1/4 of the map locations left, and a good half of those either don't have load zones or were places I had already been. So my hopes weren't high, but at this point, I'm just gonna step back and let y'all see how it went. This is door 890. This is the Solitude Sawmill. And straight up, dude, you call the guards. I don't care. Dude, I need to warm up, okay, dude? Your house is my house now. Sorry for anyone who saw that. That was very violent. I don't normally just go kill civilians, but I need warmth. But that means we actually just have 5 locations left to check, and I want to be realistic about the countdown. This probably also doesn't have a door. And this we've already discovered. So we really have 3 things left to check. 892, Jarl's Longhouse. I mean, we're still finding new stuff. It's just not the new stuff I need. We have 2 places left to check. That's it. I mean, come on. It's just these 2 caves. They're both the Karstag spots. All right, here they are. Castle Karstag ruins discovered. 2 doors left. Here's one of them. 893. That ain't it. Yeah, that's the whole place. 1 left. Give it to me. Come on, please. Nope. Uttering Hills Cave. It is a bummer. It is concerning. I'm stressed. So in theory... Wait, what's this? Hold up. What is that? Oh, we're already clipped in here. What's going on? Is that just the actual... Oh, wait, that's technically an exterior? I thought that was actually, like, an interior cell. No freaking shot! No freaking shot! Are you serious? Are you serious? It was the last door and it was bugged into a wall! Are you kidding me right now? What? What? Oh my gosh! You're kidding! I did not know that was there! Yes! 91 and a half hours and I am free from this prison! I don't even remember where it is. Give it! Yes! We got it! What are the chances that leaving that would clip me into the mountain? I didn't know that was there! The last door at the last location hidden behind a wall. Holy crap. It's happening. It's really happening. It's really happening. Oh my gosh. That was door 894, by the way. Todd, I've got good news. You did it. You brought it home for us, Todd. Yes. We gotta go do the entire Thieves Guild questline. We still gotta go turn this in. Somehow, against literally all odds, the Falkreath Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary was behind literally the last door that I checked, that until about 20 seconds beforehand, I didn't even realize was in the overworld. I thought it was an interior cell this whole time. All that was left at this point was rushing through the intro to the Thieves Guild questline and going to claim the crown. And I wish I could tell you it was that easy. I really do. But unfortunately, the Thieves Guild questline was completely shattered at this point. Like nothing was working the way it was supposed to. We fear no man or beast! Oh, I'm dead. Karstag could just go on a rampage in there. I don't freaking care. I'm not fighting him. Oh, you gonna pay up now? You gonna pay up now? Little baby? Should I throw it down a well? You couldn't just call the guards right now or anything. Just give me money instead. I have a message for Brynjolf. Give me the money. So this should now take us to... Nope, this is the Driftshade Cellar. What? I'm just gonna trust that this is a path. And that I knew what I was doing. Listen, there's been a lot of FMPs, but I'm trusting past MAGOOdog and screw this one up, alright? I know he has my best interest at heart most of the time. I know that. Deep down, I know that. So if I just follow this path, I should pop out in the Ragged Flagon. Yep. I would like to join the Thieves Guild, please! Can I talk to Vex about it at this point?
I'm not here to hold your hand.
Oh my gosh! Ah! I know this. I know where this is at. I know where this is at. It's just annoying that we have to go there.
I just assumed die before I'd let Mercer get those gems.
It's broken. Somewhere between all the nonsense with Carlia, Nocturnal, and Mercer Frey, the entire quest just fell apart. I tried everything I could do to fix it. Initially, I went through the regular joining process all the way up to talking to Brynjolf and the Ragged Flagon, but then he just wouldn't go to the cistern, which, by the way, perpetually treated me as if I was trespassing every time I entered. I also tried becoming an enemy of the Thieves Guild and then buying my way back into their good graces, but that just put me back in the same state I was in. And I even went through each different section of the quest that I could possibly track down to see if any of them fixed it, and sure enough, none of them did. After over 3 hours of fighting with this quest, checking everything I could think to check, I eventually just had to throw in the towel. So I just went and did the same sequence of events that should have worked up until the point that Brynjolf broke, and then I used the console to set the quest stage to where it's actually supposed to be at that point. I recognize that some people are probably not going to be a big fan of that decision, but honestly, if you have a problem with me using the console to fix something that I did completely correct, I recommend you call a local rock. A literal rock, because you're much more likely to get it to listen to those complaints than me at this point. Is this unusual gem worth anything? 24 of them, really?
Look,
What if I had all of them already? Yeah, I'm pretty impressive. After getting Vex to actually talk to me and tell me that these 24 unusual gems I'd been packing around were actually stones of Barenziah, it was time to finally head over to Tovald's Crossing to claim my crown. We throw one last ping on Fort Sunguard, we do one last horse tilt. We are now in Tovald's Crossing. We're just gonna jump down here the easy way. Is there something that lies here beyond for me? Is there something I've rightfully earned? No! This is mine! I earned it! 94, 59, 59, 88. As I gazed upon the completed crown, I couldn't help but think back to one key moment some 60 hours earlier. To be clear, this is Buhr Enzia. He's a dashing fellow on a quest to find all the stones of
Barenziah.
Now, Buhr Enzia doesn't have any stones. Well, actually, he does. He has 8 stones of...
Barenziah.
But in one day, he will have 24 stones of...
Barenziah.
And then at that point... Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but... At that point, there'll be stones of Buhr Enzia. And then nobody can ever get mad at me again. Listen, y'all, if you mess up, don't admit fault, just triple down until you're correct. I had finally completed all of the No Stone Unturned quest with randomized doors and was left with what could only be described as the 24 Stones of Buhr Enzia. Yep, I'm that petty. I want to quickly say a big thank you to all of my channel members for continuing to support this content I make. And also, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I know this was a long and, quite frankly, bizarre run, but I had a strange and twisted sense of fun making it, and it was really cool to see how excited everybody else got every time I found a stone during the stream. So, thank you all once again for sticking with me through it. But until next time, as always, I'm Magoo. Peace and out. Later.